Johnny Murray here, and welcome back to Player Way Podcast, the gaming podcast. We cover gaming news, reviews, and more, especially events. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we have not done a Player Way podcast since doing our predictions. All predictions are up on the channel right now, except for Nintendo. However, that's not even announced yet, so who knows? But I will upload it this week. But nonetheless, pretty much all the events have happened. There are still a couple of individual games getting big deep dives or just trailers throughout the week and probably throughout the month, to be honest with you. But for the most part, the big chunk of all the events and what we call the summer of gaming, whatever, is pretty much over. And boy, do we have so much to talk about, because not only do we have Summer Games Fest, which we're not going to cover this episode, we may cover in a future episode. But we are going to cover the Xbox Game Showcase, and we are going to be covering the Ubisoft Forward 2024 this episode, and going over it. And just this episode will probably be the most genuine, just three best friends talking video games. Like it is going to be the most concentrated episode of just talking about what we're excited for and how much we love games. So if you guys love gaming, make sure you consider following the channel, liking, sharing with your friends. Leave a comment. What are some of your favorite things throughout the week and weekend, and what are some of your most excited games? Let us know. But with that being said, I am actually joined here today. You guys don't see anybody on camera except me, which, I mean, you're welcome. But you are going to be hearing not only Mob Axu, who has been in the past bunch of them. I don't know how many at this point. He's been in the past bunch of them. But also the grand return of, I mean, he technically still is the co-host, Christian, but like we also have co-host Austin. We have two co-hosts now. All right, co-host. Christian's back. That's what I'm trying to say.
How's it going?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Yeah, I was here for all the I was there for the reactions.
Yes.
I was in all of them.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Very excited.
All
very
right.
excited to talk about this.
Hopefully next time we do the reactions and stuff. Hopefully the next time we have like better setups for the stuff. I did realize something kind of funny. Our Summer Games Fest one was actually perfect. Like volume wise, everything worked. But like in the Xbox one, you couldn't hear any of us, which kind of sucks, because
you can still hear me, but that's just because I'm on the mic. So.
Oh yeah, well yeah, because you're literally up in front of the mic,
also
bro.
Screaming at the top of my lungs throughout the majority of it. But anyway.
Yeah, but Summer Games Fest, I don't know what you did, bro, but we were like, there's no way they couldn't hear any of us. Like you could hear everyone crispy clear.
That's crazy.
Like you could just play it back and listen to it. Like it's weird. I'm like, what did you change?
All right, you know what? Since we're not gonna necessarily cover Summer Games Fest this episode, let's at least give our thoughts on it, like just overall, just so everyone's aware. I'm gonna go ahead and start out by saying, initially after the event, I thought it was like a solid like 7 out of 10. There were quite a few games that I thought looked really interesting. At the time of recording this episode, I'm at like a 5 out of 10. Because when I looking back at games that I found interesting or exciting, I'm not really excited for any like there. I think when I look at my top 30 list, I only have one game that was at that show in my top 30, and what I would consider my top 30 is like S-tier excitement games. Like they're all games I would say I'm genuinely excited for. And I don't feel like, while there were interesting games at Summer Games Fest, right now I am really struggling to think of a bunch of games that were there. I don't remember the names of almost any of them. There are very few standouts. The biggest standout for me, I've already played, it's done with, Alan Wake 2 DLC. So, for me, unfortunately, my opinion has gone down, especially with the other amazing events. I do think there are interesting games, which is why it's a 5 out of 10. If there were no interesting games, it'd be a 0 out of 10. But it is a 5 out of 10 because there are some interesting games there. But for me, like it. A couple months down the road, I'm gonna pretty much completely forget about the event. And yeah, that's unfortunately just my opinion on it. But I am curious to hear what y'all have to say. I'm gonna go ahead and jump to we'll jump to Christian since he hasn't been in here in a while. Give us your overall thoughts here.
Overall thoughts for Summer Games Fest?
Yes.
It was like, genuinely, I'm kind of on the same boat, and I've kind of been on that boat for a second.
What I pretty much just said, you were kind of saying at the end of the reaction, like initially. So
yeah, I had said that like literally right out the gate. I was like, that was one of the events I've ever seen. That's really it. Like, I'm not. It was something that we watched and it was fun, but I am also in that same. I don't remember almost anything from the event except the Alan Wake 2 reveal.
That's crazy.
Or Alan Wake 2 DLC reveal. And
My bro Sonic was there.
I'd say Sonic X Generations was there, but like, I guess I liked a lot of the indie games. I guess they showed it, but they didn't show a lot. Yeah, I mean, like, it could have been better. It was honestly, I think we had talked about this on a bit in the Ubisoft reaction, or maybe it may have been after we had we finished the video, but how the reason why I think we didn't get a lot at Summer Games Fest is because a lot of these publishers and stuff are like, oh, we can just host events ourselves.
And not spend $250,000 per minute.
right.
Yeah. And then like that's like why the Summer Games Fest wasn't as like jam packed, but with Xbox, that's something completely different. That's literally like a console that is going towards, you know, an entire group. It's like, oh, we're promoting this because, you know, this is going alongside you know, heavy hitters like Bethesda and everything. So it's like, oh, we'll go and throw our hats in the ring right here with Xbox. But what I will give Summer Games Fest a lot is Jeff Keighley talking about a lot of the layoffs and talking about a lot of the trouble that we've been having in the gaming industry as of late.
I do agree with this.
I'll give him props. I give him props to that. I think that's about as much as we're gonna hear talk about it. But with I really, and you know, I'm not a big Among Us fan. Straight out the gate. But the Outer Sloth thing, where they support a bunch of indie titles, like they will give money to support indie titles that they make. That is the highlight of the show for me personally. I think that's so cool that they're using their success as an indie game studio, and it's like, yeah, we're gonna give it back to the other indie game studios who don't have enough like manpower or money to back these projects they want to make. Because we've seen some indie games that are like balls to the walls, insanely fun.
Yeah.
So that's like my biggest standout of the show. But yeah, I mean, like I said, though, other than that, like games wise, I genuinely did not. I mean, other than the mouse alien one that the cops and robbers.
Oh yeah.
Jailbreaked or whatever. That was fun. But other than that, I cannot tell you I really liked it more than that.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna rebound off you real quick before we jump to Austin. I do agree with you. I think the things that actually stand out to me the most are not necessarily the games, but just the things that happened during the show, like the opening with Jeff, you know, stating all the issues, and Blumhouse pretty much coming out and saying, "Yo, we're a video game publisher now," and Outer Sloth and all that stuff. I genuinely did enjoy all that. But I do agree there were a lot of cool looking indie games, but none that made me want to go, all right, I'm trying to play that right now. And like I'm super excited. But all right, Austin, let us know.
I mean, it's all right. Like,
Oh
Okay.
my lord. That actually picked up really well through the mic. Like,
Good. I mean, it was, man, I was a little bit more supportive of it for a while. I rewatched it today, and okay, here's the issue. All right. Jeff needs to start addressing every year what kind of Summer Games Fest we're in for, because compared to last year, this was very indie centered. Like, indie was like by far, at least it felt like 70% of the show. And I feel like a lot of people go to Summer Games Fest expecting more third party or first party than indie. And I feel like that's such a big issue, because I feel like there wouldn't be as much controversy on it if there was more, if there was just more communication from Jeff, just kind of saying like what we're in for. So, I mean, also, am I going through all right and everything? I just realized I'm in my
You're chill.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
and I'm
Nate.
like,
You're chill.
yeah, you're good.
oh Jesus, hold on a second. I'm sorry, fellas. I'm sorry. Hold up.
We love video
I
games,
can't.
guys.
You know,
I will.
know,
Oh, that's funny. I do agree with what Austin's saying. Like, I don't think Summer Games Fest has found its identity yet for what kind of showcase it wants to be. Because when you look at something like last year or 2021, when you have announcements like Elden Ring, like FF7 Rebirth, stuff like that, it's like this year looks like straight dog poop. You know? But then if you compare it to some indie shows, okay, it's a pretty solid show. The problem is it's 2 hours. It's bloated in a lot of parts. There's a lot of uninteresting things. And the expectations are not where it needs to be. I get setting your expectations. Sometimes it's the viewer's fault.
All right.
But that can also be the producer's fault and the people that put it on. Because if you've explained in previous years or even just before the show of what this show is and it ends up not being that, that's also your fault. So I think it does go both ways. But I do agree with Austin. Like, compared to other Summer Games Fest, this one is like it felt like a completely different show.
Yeah. I'm back. I forgot I wasn't plugged in my LAN, and my internet for some reason is terrible on this PC, but not everything else. But yeah, I really feel like we wouldn't see all this controversy if he just would have said, like, yeah, like, of course it's not on the Xbox showcase level and all that or anything, but like, you just have to be really transparent about what it is, because if he would have said like it's mostly indie focused with a bit of third party, I would have been like, okay, like I would have been like, this is better than, because you made it clear that's what we're in for. But when you say it's an 8 out of 10 event, people are expecting huge publishers to come in, big games people have been waiting for. And I mean, my score has definitely gone down. I'm also close to like a 5 or 6. There are games that I'm already, I think what sucks is a lot of the games that I already was excited for, I feel like it didn't really excite me that much seeing them still here. Like,
Yeah.
I was still going to get them regardless. Like, I don't know. And then on top of that, like, the last 30 minutes of the show has to be, in my opinion, the most
Lord.
like unbearable like portion of any like gaming showcase ever. That was literally like a snooze fest.
Oh,
like
man.
the last 30 minutes was just unwanted nothing. Like 10 minutes of an ad for a mobile game, of like this huge skit that just wasn't funny, and also like, get it off my screen, I'm trying to see like something else. Like, it's just so much. Like, Jeff really killed it with the last 30 minutes of the showcase. Like, the only thing that could make me forget about it literally was like Phantom Blade Zero and Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't hate it. I mean, I think that's another thing with indie games though is
By the way, those are the 2 games I have in my top 30 that were at the show. Like those are the 2, and they were literally the last 2 things. You had to sit through 2 hours to get there. And Monster Hunter Wilds was already in my like top, so
yeah.
yeah.
But that's basically my opinion. I just if Jeff could just be more transparent, I feel like we wouldn't have these issues. If he made it clear what kind of event we're in for, that's literally all he has to do. I just don't think it'd be as like controversial. Like,
I also
if you just say like, "Oh, this year we're focusing on third party," and if you deliver on it, that's way better than saying, "Hey, this is Summer Games Fest and it's going to be just like all the other ones," and then there's no first party. Of course you're going to get more controversy because you didn't make it clear and everyone's expecting the biggest, the best, and the heavy hitters because that's just how gamers work.
I also think, and I've said this multiple times, I hate the way he announces certain games are going to be at the show before the show. Because like we just said, Monster Hunter Wilds was one of our highlights, and that was literally confirmed to be there before the show even happened. So it was kind of just like, cool.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty much it.
Be at Gamescom.
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, Phantom Blade Zero to me was the only genuine surprise. And I'm very shocked it ended the show,
man.
to be honest. Killer Bean, yeah.
It should have ended it with Killer Bean, bro.
Yeah, there it is.
Dude, I'm gonna keep it real. On my topsters right now, it's my #1 most anticipated game.
I believe it.
Nothing else.
really believe
There's nothing else better.
Yep.
This is my house flipper 2.
This
It
is
is now
Princess
my-
Beach.
It's my
this
new
is my
house.
Princess Beach.
Yeah. It's my new house flipper 2, but I actually may play it just because it sounds funny.
I will say I just remembered about Lego Horizon. See, like I said,
Incredibly
I forgot.
forgettable.
Yeah, well, yeah, like as soon as I thought about it, I'm like, oh yeah, okay. It looked neat, but
I'm
like-
not the biggest Lego fan, really, but like,
Yeah.
I think for a Lego game, it
looked
looks
cool.
really sick. Like,
Like, it's
if you're
definitely a
a
game I'll
big
play.
fan of like, yeah, if you're a big fan of like Lego Star Wars and stuff like that, I would definitely like. I'd be losing my mind because it's different as well.
Yeah.
It has its own unique style to it. So, but it's just not. I need a little bit more juice than that, man.
like I said, there were games that looked interesting sprinkled in there. Like I personally really liked the Power Rangers game. I thought that was a nice
Oh,
little
yeah.
surprise.
That Power Ranger beat 'em up looks
Yeah.
pretty fun, yeah.
Yeah, like there are games that look fun, look good, but I don't feel like the excitement is really there for any of the games except the ones that we've mentioned. So
Yeah.
I really do feel like it was
But-
just a underwhelming event.
Yeah, but I think that's the beauty of like most of these being indies though is like
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of indie games like you may not be interested and then they blow up and then like oh okay now we're playing them, like you never know man. Like I know you guys have talked about it. I'm somewhat excited. I feel like I'm not as much as especially you John the first Descendant.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that looks so fun though.
yeah.
Yeah, but I just think there just needs to be more communication, and
See, I completely
feel
forgot
like
that was
because-
there, and I thought it looked good.
yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah. I like I said, I looked like there was cool stuff, but I just feel like they need to communicate it better. Like I don't think it was horrible, but it just when you don't tell people what they're in for, it just felt like a waste because then we just got like the magnum opus like come right after. So it's like okay.
It's a
Like,
great word.
cool,
It's a
dude.
great word.
Yeah.
I will say, no matter what, with any event, I love hanging out with friends, watching it. It's still a good time. And at the end of the day, we are getting more games. So, like, I'm happy about that. And there are games I'm interested in. And I'm happy about that. I'm not really going to hold it against the showcase. But when it comes to the conversation of looking at the showcase, that's just our thoughts. But moving on. You know what? I think we should low-key start with Ubisoft, because once we start Xbox, there is no stopping. Like, it's just a freight train.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay, so me and Christian reacted to Ubisoft Forward together, and we both have the same score on it, and we pretty much have the same exact thoughts on it. I mean, pretty much. So Christian, I'm gonna go ahead and let you say your opinion first. So
I think it was a fantastic event. I think it is a perfect example of what Austin was talking about earlier when it came to like two events. It's like explaining that, hey, this is what you're gonna see. They told us, they're like, hey, we're gonna be showing Outlaws and ADC Shadows here. That's it. That's not it. But they warned us out the gate that those were going to be the two big things. We were going to get gameplay and like story related stuff from both of those from both of those franchises. Completely expected. However, what they excelled on, in my opinion, was the presentation. They had an orchestra playing the original, or playing a new Star Wars theme, right out the gate, like as soon as the event started, which was awesome. I loved it. It was so fun. And then second for AC Shadows, they had some people playing some. It was the Taiko project.
yeah,
They were doing these like cool drums. It was dope.
very
And you could tell a lot of the people who were presenting were fans. They were fans of their own work. You know, the passion was there, and it was really fun to watch. Genuinely. Along with that, we gotta talk about it. Prince of Persia. Prince of Persia carried heavy, actually. I think the only thing that really lacked in the showcase was Skull and Bones and X Defiant, which are two games other than X Defiant, I guess I'm interested in that, but I'm nowhere near interested in Skull and Bones. So that's a personal thing on my part, but for people who actually like these games,
the crew
probably was
also
awesome. Yeah, the Crew Motorsport was there too. But yeah, no, a solid 8.5. Definitely one of the It obviously didn't show up Xbox. However, it did a pretty good job of being its own thing.
Yeah.
So, I was pretty satisfied.
Yeah, I pretty much completely agree with you. I'm actually at a 9 out of 10, which I know it probably seems high for a lot of people, but I completely agree with everything you said. Like, I think they set expectations up pretty much perfectly. They said, yo, this game is one of our biggest games releasing this year. This is also one of our biggest games releasing. And, we're going to show some of our other stuff in between. And that is exactly what they did. I honestly think Star Wars Outlaws and Assassin's Creed Shadows had probably two of the best just game showings all weekend. Like, I think what they showed of those games is absolutely what we needed and wanted to see with those two games. To basically confirm, yeah, we're excited for these games. And then for me personally, as a huge fan, as for my current game of the year, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, I love seeing the love that they are giving Prince of Persia as an IP. Not only did we get a free update that shadow dropped for Lost Crown, we also got continued support for the Rogue Prince of Persia game, and they did tease Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake. That is my one critique about the show is I don't necessarily know that I loved just like seeing the like name of it. However, I do think them putting a release date saved it from being just kind of like an annoying announcement, because having that pretty much the first confirmed 2026 game ever. Like, I don't know if there is officially a 2026 confirmed game, but there it is. There is our first one. And again, I just love the attention that they're giving the franchise, the IP. And then me, I really like XDefiant. I'm really high on it right now. And them pretty much announcing, new maps every month, new season with a new faction, which is what I wanted. The game continues to look good. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I think for me, I 100% agree with Christian again. This isn't an Xbox show. This is a Ubisoft show. And it felt like a Ubisoft show. The things they showed today screamed to me, this is Ubisoft, and this is the games we have, and this is what we do. Now, would I have loved to see even just one more game announcement? Sure, of course. I really wanted Splinter Cell, but we didn't get it. But
No.
I still think what they showed, it's almost really hard for me to not be happy, just because I'm now sold on two of their biggest games. Not that I already wasn't, but now I'm super sold on two of their biggest
Honestly,
games.
I was kind of on the fence with Outlaws for a minute, and this trailer definitely was like so I'm spending the money,
Right.
So this is gonna be peak.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
and then
you get the highest option, the $130 option.
I
Not
can't
that
say
much
those words on this podcast, but no, I'm not.
But yeah, the showcase as far as Ubisoft goes, it super sold me on two of their biggest games. It made me happy with the games I already love from them, and it made me somewhat excited about their future. And I can't say I was ever truly bored during the event. Sure, I'm uninterested in Skull and Bones and Crew Motorfest, but at the end of the day, those are two of their live service games that they have to update. I get it. Me and Christian had some conversations about some of the other things that they showed during that. It's not like we're forced to just not enjoy those segments. We were just uninterested. But at the end of the day, it is a Ubisoft event, and they had to show those things. And there it is.
They publish multiple games a year. They definitely had to show us that.
Right.
Makes complete sense because it's an event that is not geared towards just me and John.
Right.
That's just not how it is.
Right. If it was, For Honor 2, Splinter Cell would be there, But
For Honor 2. Yeah. Oh, they also showed For Honor.
Yeah. And that's also something else I really liked. There was a segment where instead of spending 5 minutes, just showing another update for Honor, Brawlhalla, they put a bunch of their other games into this quick little 3-minute montage. New update for Honor, new update for Brawlhalla, new update for blah 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 blah. I just think outside of announcing one or maybe two more games, I really don't think they did anything wrong here. And that's why I'm so high on it. Is yes, I wish I got more, but at the same time, I don't think they did anything wrong. I think they did exactly what they set their expectations, what they needed to do, and I'm happy about it. And that's where I'm walking out of it. So for me, it's a 9 out of 10. But also, I'm a little biased because I have been really loving Ubisoft recently. They are up there as one of my favorite publishers right now. So, take that how you will. But I do know Austin has a different take on this, so let's go ahead and hear what Austin has to say.
Fellas, all right, hear me out. It's a 400 out of 10. All right.
Really?
Yeah, it was the greatest thing I've ever seen. I mean, it blew me away.
Where's the punchline?
Sea of Thieves was there. That alone, already shot it. That Sea of Thieves alone was better than the whole Xbox showcase. It was. It was aight. It was cool. I just felt
You mean
like
Skull and Bones?
no, the Ubisoft event. I thought it was okay. It felt like just a big ad, kinda. I don't know.
Was Sea of Thieves at the Ubisoft event?
No, Skull and Bones.
Wait,
he was
did I
making
say
a joke about Skull and Bones.
Was he?
Did I say Sea of Thieves?
Yes, you did say Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
I thought you meant it as a joke, but
No.
okay. So he meant
No,
to say
he-
Skull and Bones.
He said that with such confidence. I'm like, there's no way this is a joke. I know Austin well enough to know that this is not a joke.
No, I thought I said Skull. I guess did I really? I didn't even realize I said Sea of Thieves.
Yeah. Obviously, I know your joke. Your joke is, oh well, that made up for that was better than the Xbox showcase. But
That's how
you
much
said
of a ripoff it is, guys.
you said Sea of Thieves so casually. I was like, there's no way. There's no way he knows. There's no way he's saying it like that.
Oh no.
Full on
That's hilarious.
with his full chest.
That's I was see my head. It wants to talk about the better game. Sorry.
Because it has first person more than
Outside
ship
of ship
combat, but it's right.
But yeah, I mean it's cool. It's okay. I think my problem is like I'm still on the bias of the whole like Xbox show, but also it felt like just an ad. Like it literally nothing was really new, which like I get it, but I don't like a lot of updates really for games taking up a lot of the segments. Like I don't really want to see X Defiant just announce a season pass for like 2 minutes because I'd rather it be given to something else. I only walked out with like the reason I'm like in between and I'm like okay with it is because half of it I liked, half of it I didn't. Like half the things they showed I was cool with, half the other stuff I didn't care about whatsoever. So that's kind of like where I am. But like if you like Ubisoft and you like all their stuff, then yeah, I can understand why you would enjoy it a lot more. But I just kind of left not really caring as much. Like I think the three highlights of course are Outlaws, AC and AC Shadows and Prince of Persia, but I mean I was already like almost sold on both of like AC and Star Wars, but like it just basically made me more excited and everything. But I really wish there was just some more new stuff because I feel like that's also kind of what's really exciting about these like showcases and stuff is like it's cool to see like more of what's like cooking up later throughout time. And I don't know, I just thought it was okay. Like it's fine. I don't think it was for me personally.
Yeah,
But-
I completely respect that. I completely respect that. I think that is incredibly valid take because
Yeah.
honestly, yeah, if it wasn't for like that's how a lot of people would see it. That's probably how a lot of people see
Yeah.
it
Well,
in general.
I'm not the only one that shares this take either because like I went on Twitter because they did the whole poll thing and I was just curious. I was just like, okay. I was like, you guys were like 9
Jeff
out of
Keighley's
10.
poll
I'm
was
like,
at a B, I think, or something. I don't know. No.
really?
I think
I
I
don't
saw
remember
it at
what
B.
poll I guess where I was at for a bit, I put C is where I put personally for me.
Makes
I
sense.
saw, I think the most at the time was D, and I was like, well, I can like understand why, but also like people are, but I also don't think compared to past Ubisoft presentations, I also just don't think that one hit as hard as a lot of other ones that they've had. Like I think
Because it was generally an update showcase. It was
Yeah.
Yeah,
here's
for sure.
here's what we're releasing, like here's what the rest of the games we're releasing like this year and like surrounding times.
Yeah. Well,
Um
that's actually kind of what bothers me a little bit. I think the reason why I'm bothered is they took the time to do like updates, okay? And that's why I don't like that they didn't show anything much new because they announced Prince of Persia like in 2026. So why couldn't they announce anything else if it's coming out in 2025 or 2026? If you can pick one, why not show others? Like even
because
if
it's
you
the
can't show
35th
much-
anniversary of
I
Prince
guess
of Persia.
so.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot. About that.
Because that was the only game announced. That was the only game
Well,
announced.
technically, they had the Anyo or Ano, whatever.
Oh, I know.
Bro,
But
what was
I mean,
that?
We don't even know.
It's
bro. We have no idea.
it's like a y'all ever heard of SimCity?
yeah.
It's like that.
No.
Like that kind of.
it's
But
like a Age of Empires type thing, I guess. I don't know.
Yes. But sorry. That was the only game announced, and I think genuinely because there's just more of an up, like, other than Anno, like, just genuinely just like the whole point of the showcase was to update and then to celebrate, because what took up the most space was Prince of Persia. Like, it had 3 separate announcements.
Yep.
You know,
I
I
actually think
think-
Austin's on the money. I think this event is pretty much specifically geared towards Ubisoft fans.
yeah. I mean, they got their fan base.
Yeah.
You know, they want to continue their fan base.
Yep.
So I get it though.
Yeah, and
I respect it. I think just understanding though that Ubisoft isn't a single player experience, like,
Company.
centered company.
Yeah.
That's what you got to realize is they are going to have to do these updates things because
Yeah.
you know they have the platform to do it. Like, they're gonna have to do it.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like Xbox,
But
even Xbox
completely
with
understand.
Diablo, with at Fallout 76. Like, it's
Yeah.
just,
Updates.
that's what live service
it
games
had
are.
to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had to happen.
I guess in my mind, I'd rather them just do it at these smaller ones than. But I do get promoting. But I'd rather them just be like, hey, X Defiant's getting a season pass, but we'll show it at Summer Games Fest, so we can like show something.
Is that all?
else.
Is that all you think they showed for X Defiant?
I don't. I literally can't remember because I was so uninterested.
Okay.
They like
Like,
released
I'm
like
just
a
keeping
new sect of a new
They-
faction
yeah, new
along with
faction.
like the actual honestly crazy monthly maps.
Yeah.
Wild to me. That is such a, I mean, Blizzard could never, but yeah,
Blizzard's like, what's
Bro.
maps?
Blizzard like, what's updates?
Yeah.
I don't know. I also just don't really care too much about X Defiant. It just doesn't. Like I said,
It just doesn't interest you.
I'm very picky on shooters. Like, I think I can see a little bit of soul in X Defiant, but I don't think there's a lot of soul. It just
Bro,
looks.
I hard disagree with that, actually.
Bro,
Bro.
I keep telling I said this to John earlier too. I want the only shooter I want is Hyperscape. I want them to bring Hyperscape back. I want them to make it a 6v6 massive citywide deathmatch. Get me on the team right now. I'll do it.
There's some shooters we'll be talking about later that I definitely think have a lot of soul in them. So
They'll have me shooting.
yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Oh my lord. But yeah, it is okay. I want to get to the main question though. Well, I already know your guys' answer, but I know you guys.
Hang on.
probably
Real-
want to-
Wait. Real quick, I have one more thing to add. I also think if I was to pretty much bring my score any lower, I would almost become a hypocrite, because I even said it in the Ubisoft predictions. Is like, no matter what, I'm going to be happy because I know I'm getting Assassin's Creed Shadows and I know I'm getting Assassin's Creed Outlaws. Anything else is kind of just bonus.
Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah, Star Wars Outlaws. Anything else is kind of just bonus, and that's kind of exactly what happened. So, like, if I was to be like, it was okay, then I'd almost kind of be a hypocrite, to be honest. But
Yeah.
but luckily,
Respect the
I still loved
consistency,
it.
To be honest.
I still love it though. Like, low-key, even if I wasn't trying to be a hypocrite, like I genuinely just I really enjoyed it. What's the question, Austin? Great question. I'll actually tell you the answer. Hello, Christian.
I think he asked. I'm here.
Oh, okay. Bet. All right. So, Christian, what do you think of Prince of Persia haircut?
Haircut? Honestly, bro, kind of hard. Not gonna lie.
Dude,
I think it looks good.
let me tell you, bro. How do you feel
you
about
gonna
the
do Prince of
For Honor
Persia for
character?
Halloween?
How you no, I'm doing. I'm
Very excited.
I gotta do that.
Very excited about the about the whatchamacallit, the
Shogun or
the new
whatever.
character.
What is?
It said the it said the Muramasa Blade is this season, but like I think that's a Bushido character, which is wild because I think if I'm not mistaken, that's gonna be a mix between like a monk, like the monk subclass or the Shaolin, and like a fighter like Kensei or Orochi. Very excited to see what they do with that. I think it's gonna be wild. Definitely, as we talked about it earlier, I have to play it. You know, like I can't not play. I can't not play For Honor because it's the only one of its kind. You know.
Oh yeah.
So like, if I have the urge to play For Honor, I got to play For Honor. And I've been kind of getting the urge to play For Honor recently. So, but yeah, no, I'm glad to see that game's still alive and kicking. Wild that it has been around since we were in middle school.
Year 8, bro. Year 8.
Year 8.
That's
Bro, we were like
crazy.
12, 13 whenever this game came out.
2016 or 17 or
It would have been 8 years.
16, right? 2024,
About,
16,
yeah.
yeah.
About, yeah. Like,
Wow.
literally, we would have just been starting middle school and stuff. I think it was an
Wild.
Xbox exclusive, or an Xbox One, like, not exclusive, but generation exclusive. Because I don't think it was on Xbox 360 at all.
Wild.
All right.
No, it was definitely
I'm
not.
back.
360.
What have I missed, fellas?
We've
We've
been
just
talking
been
about For Honor
talking.
since
Yeah.
we know you had no input whatsoever on that.
No.
Yeah.
I only
Bro, you
have
want to play
one
For Honor with us, dude?
I have only one input on that game, and I don't think either of you want to hear it.
You don't like it?
I don't see the appeal behind it. I
Bro,
think
it's so cool. What do you
I think
mean?
it's overrated,
It's
but
okay.
it's a game.
He doesn't like
It-
the
it's a
Avowed
game.
cover art. It makes sense.
It's
Nah,
a game.
it probably is. Nah.
How does that have anything to do with For Honor?
Oh my gosh! Everyone's eardrums is busted, bro.
Oh, was that loud?
Warning!
Yes.
Warning for headphones
Yeah.
users.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Bro, I
just
was worried.
maxed out my red line on the stream,
Listen,
bro.
listen. I was worried about not being loud, so like I had to make
Well,
sure.
you failed.
Like, well, that's fine.
What was the question you were gonna ask us?
Oh, okay. Because I know you guys talked about it because I was like, how was it without like saying anything. And then I don't remember when you said, but you were like, oh yeah, I could see both these being Game of the Year contenders. And you were like, me and Christian both agree. You guys personally liked Outlaws more than AC.
Just by like a little bit, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Okay.
even if it's because dude, did you watch the trailer for Outlaws?
Yeah, I watched.
Bro,
Yeah, I watched pretty much the whole
the
thing.
entire time we were like watching that,
Mhm.
and we went through and we're like watching it, like the entire ship sequence. I mean, dude, they showed us straight from the ship to the
To
To the planet gameplay.
To hyperspace.
No,
too.
I agree.
Hyperspeed,
I
mean.
I just kind of I guess I'll throw my opinion in there on that whole
Yes,
thing.
AC
Okay,
Shadow.
here's no.
AC Shadow better.
So here's the thing.
Because Japan.
These
Facts.
two games are now in my top 25 most anticipated.
As it should,
I
as it should.
think based off what you guys said, I think I am more excited personally for Assassin's Creed, probably AC Shadows, but I do think Outlaws will be the better game.
bro. I mean,
that's
I-
a
I
very
stated-
valid statement.
I stated that that I have utter faith in AC because it made one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
So like, if it doesn't deliver, I'm killing everybody and then myself.
I'm telling
What-
you, I genuinely think if AC Shadows comes out before the deadline of Game Award, I genuinely think both games will be nominated for Game.
I would love to say that, but I don't see it. It's already got so much controversy behind it.
Which one? AC Shadows?
Yeah, you already know why.
Brody.
Bro,
I'm so
Hogwarts
sorry.
Legacy is a prime example, bro. That game.
Okay, it
literally
was not
didn't
all
get
that. It was fun, but it was not all that.
Yeah, but like,
What else
Okay,
came out
that-
the year
I'm
Hogwarts
gonna-
Legacy came out?
I'm not gonna lie. That also is a little bit of a different controversy. Hogwarts is like a whole political thing. Like
And I mean,
AC
I guess that
is
is
just
like
fans being upset. Like
which they're like, why are they putting women and
Well, I
people
mean-
of color in my Assassin's Creed games? As if there hasn't been a woman and a person of color in multiple Assassin's Creed games.
I don't
like
know.
like
I
A-
just
the controversy of AC Shadows is people wanting something different, whereas like Hogwarts was literally having boycotts. So
yeah.
I think.
Well, I mean,
that is a
because
little
the creator of it, the creator of it was a garbage person. So,
different.
like,
good save.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't I just don't see it. I don't know. I just feel like Ubisoft, they always apparently like miss something with these games. It's always like a great experience, but it just, from what I hear, it just sounds like like with Avatar. Like I heard it was great, but like they messed up somewhere that would have made it amazing.
The story.
And
the story.
I'm just wondering if that's going to be the case for
Really?
these
That
other
was it?
games.
Yeah, the story. The story was pretty
oh,
weird.
that's so sad because
Like-
I mean,
dude, I think
Like the main
I mean-
quests and everything were very repetitive, and it's just like
yeah.
I see the story you're telling. You're just, in terms of a video game,
Yeah.
it's not very exciting.
Yeah,
story.
it's based off the first movie as well, right?
no,
it's
no,
set in between the first and the second.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, it's
was
actually
about to
set
say-
before, or no, it is after. It is after. Sorry.
It had to be considering everything.
so but mostly the first movie though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder the story was mid then.
Yeah.
Not fact, not
Uh,
bars.
No, he's
Bars.
spitting. No, he's spitting.
We were
Low-key,
talking about that today. We were like,
a
the
lot
first
of-
movie was not all that, but
A
the
lot of
second
pe-
movie though.
A lot of people are not ready to have that conversation, bro. The first Avatar,
mid. It's mid,
kind of really overrated.
Very.
But I personally, like I said, I am more excited for Shadows. I don't know. Outlaws, my only concern is I'm not sold on the gunplay yet. I'm not sold on if it's gonna stay consistent enough for me to continue enjoying it. I love everything else about the game. I think everything else about Outlaws is like it's great. Like the exploring, I think the exploring is what's really gonna like be its biggest its biggest like W.
I
Like
think it's RPG.
I look at it
like I think it's RPG.
Oh, yeah.
Like what's gonna carry?
like yeah, like I feel like exploring is gonna be super fun. And hopefully its missions are too. I'm just not completely sold on the gunplay, but who knows? Like I will try it and maybe they sell me on it. I don't think it looks bad. I just think it's a me thing, really, which is perfectly fine. That's everyone has their own opinions and ways to look at it. I just was kind of, I don't know. Shadows just kind of sold me more. Now the real question. I was correct on this. I was thinking they do this. You could choose which character you want, which I think
Yes,
is the
thank God.
best
Thank
decision they could have made.
For each
I'm
mission,
gonna
too.
probably go.
For each encounter.
Yeah,
too.
I'm probably gonna go in between. But who you guys feeling, Samurai or Shinobi?
Off
'Cause
of-
Shinobi looks 500
Yeah.
times more fun than Samurai.
I'm
bro.
I'm not gonna lie.
keep
Off
that.
of what they showed today, I liked what I saw of Shinobi more. Which is
I don't-
so
I-
weird because I'm the tank guy. Like
Yeah.
I love big beefy
I don't know,
characters,
man.
so.
Dude, Yasuke was kind of gorgeous, bro. And if
Well-
I can get to look at his face the entire time, I'll be honest.
Well, like I really like both, but if I had to choose one, Shinobi for sure.
Shinobi definitely because I put it in terms of you have somebody who is a dex build, so like they're a lot more agile. They might not do as much damage, but they're a lot more agile. Their playstyles more. I mean, dude, they had the chain sickle. That
Oh,
was so cool
was
what they did with that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was awesome. But yeah, definitely Naue or the Shinobi. I will play as both,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
but definitely
I feel like you have to.
like
Right.
choosing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
All the racist people choosing only the shinobi. through
Yeah,
every
they're like,
mission.
why add a bit of color here? I don't understand that because if they even took 5 seconds
Oh my
to look at Yasuke, 5 seconds to look at the Yasuke,
They won't
It-
do that. He's a retainer, Christian. He's a retainer. That's
Bro,
that's not a
it's-
samurai. It's,
Bro,
it's not
that's
a
literally
samurai,
the
it's a
same
retainer.
guy.
bro, literally, I'm not gonna lie, Christian. I'm gonna make a bold prediction. All right, and this is a directed to you prediction. I think when all is said and done, when you are done playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, and I mean like done, not in just main story, but like until you are satisfied, like how you are Odyssey and Valhalla, right?
Mhm.
I think when all is said and done, I think Odyssey, Valhalla, and Shadows will be one of your favorite trilogies of all time.
Dude, I literally have the most faith in this game. It's not even funny because of my experience in Odyssey and Valhalla.
Well,
I'm a part of the minority when it comes like the minority thinking of like I think these open world RPGs of Assassin's Creed were so good. So good. I do think, don't get me wrong, it does suffer the plague of Ubisoft games that have bloated maps. They don't need all of these side quests, but the stories are so fun. The DLCs are better. I do love a lot of the DLCs. I've played through the entirety of Odyssey, and I have not finished Valhalla DLCs yet, but I'm trying to. And dude, it's just so good. And I think Shadows is just gonna. I think this trilogy of, like, oh, what are the most most sought after games that we wanted to make? One in Viking, Anglo-Saxon period,
right.
one in feudal Japan, and then one in ancient Greece. Yeah, no, I mean, dog. There's not gonna be any other game I'm playing if I get a historical itch. I'll be like, so I'm gonna go back to these games actually.
Oh yeah.
And I really hope they do because what I really loved about Odyssey and Valhalla is their inclusion of the myths and stuff and tying that to the Aesir and stuff, who are like the gods of those worlds. Oh my god, dude. I loved, especially in Valhalla where it took like front and center. It was front and center. Valhalla was like, oh, so like, Eivor, spoiler for anybody who hasn't played Valhalla, Eivor is a reincarnation of Odin or something like that. That's so cool. That's so cool. That's so cool. So cool.
I like to add real quick. The last game the Assassin's Creed Shadows studio pretty much made was nominated for Game of the Year.
Let's go.
Odyssey was nominated
was it?
for Game of the Year.
Heck yeah. Love Odyssey. Dude, Odyssey, yeah. Odyssey, but to be frank, if I were to choose Odyssey over Valhalla all the way. Love Odyssey, massive Greek fan.
Yep.
However, I've talked about this a plethora of times before. Eivor's character story in my game was wild.
Also, I will
Loved
add,
it.
I think Outlaws and Shadows have a better chance at possibly contending, purely just because, especially compared to last year, I don't feel like there's as much competition this year yet,
Oh yeah, yeah,
for sure.
yeah. You're right on that.
I definitely think Avowed's going to be nominated Game of the Year, though.
That's
Really?
a statement. Wow.
That-
That's just that.
I mean,
Bro, you
I'm not
smoking
gonna
a
down
pack, bro.
I'm not gonna down it,
Bro.
bro. I'm not gonna down it.
I don't,
Bro, have you seen Skyrim?
bro. I get it, but like, I liken
What
like,
one game of the year?
Obsidian makes great games, bro, but I don't know if they're
Bro,
ready.
it's their time to shine. It's their time to shine.
Maybe, but I don't know,
It's their time
man.
to shine.
It
Dude,
could. Bro,
did you watch the?
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Did you watch the
if
Avowed?
Avowed is the first Xbox like game in like forever to get nominated for Game of the Year, that's crazy.
There's no
I'm
way
not-
we're not getting an Xbox game nominated this year. I'm sorry. There's no way we're not.
Well,
I don't
With-
think
with-
we are.
I
with
think it
the
depends on release
palette-
date. It depends on release dates because if
Now,
Indiana
next year-
Jones
oh,
is,
wait, actually.
is December, then that's not going to count, unfortunately.
And it's gonna count towards next year.
Yeah, but
All right,
next
fellas.
year's no. Next
All
year's
right,
a battle
fellas.
royale for the
It's-
game of year.
oh yeah. I don't think low key. I don't know if they get in, bro. Like even if they put out like a 90, like I'm expecting at least like 10 games
Bro.
next year to be like 90s.
If Avowed is not nominated for Game of the Year, I don't think an Xbox game is gonna make the ballot. Next year, though,
Black Ops 6 turned
For
out to be the
certain-
best Call of Duty of all time. Here we go.
it's looking like
Imagine-
it. For
imagine.
certain, I know for a fact Doom: The Dark Ages is going to be nominated. There's no way it cannot be.
Yeah, but hold.
All right,
man,
hold on.
2025 is looking stacked,
Hold on.
though.
See, bro, this is why Xbox's showcase is so good because we just automatically, without doing it on purpose, started talking about how great some of their future games look, and
Yeah, okay.
this is what I'm talking about right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover it real quick before we move on. Prince of Persia: Lost Crown DLC, super hyped. I'm very happy it's getting new content. Moving on. Boom.
My only thing I just wanted to say, AC. I only had one complaint about it, and it just doesn't. Is that it just doesn't look better. It doesn't look like it doesn't scream it's the best AC game yet, and I feel like it needs to be. So I'm
Bro,
hoping
you
it
gotta
does.
play it,
Oh,
dude. That's
But
how
it
I was with
doesn't-
Valhalla.
Yeah, but
bought-
I don't know. I was expecting I was expecting the greatest visuals to pop and everything.
Yo,
I just feel
Bro,
like
that.
I'm
so
gonna-
if you
I'm
want great
gonna-
visuals, go to Outlaws.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. If Austin ends up liking Assassin's Creed Shadows, there's no way he doesn't like Ghost of Tsushima. Like,
Facts.
It-
It
especially,
like-
looks exactly the same.
bro,
I think I'd like Ghost
Yeah.
of Tsushima, bro. I just
it's-
don't play it because I'd rather wait for them to announce the sequel and then I'll be like, okay, now I'll play it.
I'm not gonna
'Cause
lie. The first
I'm gonna
3
get that
minutes of
itch.
Shadows was 1-for-1 Ghost of Tsushima. Like, oh my lord. Like, when I was watching it, I could not get Ghost of Tsushima out of my head. Like,
Well,
it was.
I'm not referring to like the gameplay. I'm just saying visually, like,
I see what you're saying.
like I feel like some things could have looked a lot better. Like I'm
Now,
comparing it to like when you
Outlaws,
look
though.
at like
Oh my
Outlaws
gosh.
and Avatar. Those games are aesthetically beautiful, and like
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
is,
saying Assassin's Creed Shadows wasn't, but I was expecting a bigger jump, like a way bigger jump. But I mean, it's fine. I personally want Shadows to be the best because everyone's asked for it. And I feel like when everybody asks for it and it's been the thing they've wanted for years and years, it should be the best installment. It just should.
Yeah.
That's just
It's also
my personal
been the longest since a mainline game.
Yeah.
So you would think they've had plenty of time to cook. So
Yeah. But I mean, it looks really good though. It hasn't sold me yet on this, like, this is possibly the best one.
I feel that.
Which I
feel that.
I kind of just
although
want that to.
Assassin's Creed is a franchise,
taste
I don't know if you will ever feel that until you finish the game. Like
I guess so, yeah.
I don't know, Christian, because you've probably beaten more Assassin's Creed than me, to be honest. So like
I
like
definitely.
I don't know if Assassin's Creed Shadows can really show anything to make you think it's gonna be the best one.
What I feel Assassin's Creed excels at is its story. Like, that is definitely what makes you care a lot more.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to go back to my Valhalla rant. I'm going to get up on my soapbox real
Boys
quickly.
better get a bag of popcorn.
It's literally... I bought Valhalla so I'd have an Xbox game to play on my Series X. That is why
Hold
I
on.
bought it.
Christian, hold on real quick. Let me get my soap opera box. So when I went to the store, hold on. When I came out my mother's womb, I grew up for about at least 15 years. And I was like, this game looks kind of neat. It's going to start all the way from the beginning.
Yeah. So I said soapbox as in like how like people who have the end of the world signs on it, they say it on a soapbox, which is like a wooden
Yeah.
crate, not a soap opera box.
Thank you. Thank you for calling
you're
me out
welcome.
for my stupidity. I really
I
appreciate it.
just,
You could have just
Austin, genuinely, it was I want to better your understanding so you can
No.
use the metaphor too.
absolutely not. I
You
don't even know
called
why I
me
said
smart,
that.
and I want you to be as smart as me. So like we
That's
gotta
not
share the
possible.
knowledge.
I-
But
Bro,
Knowledge? Actually,
so
not smart.
so Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I bought it on a whim, and I started playing it because it was the only game I had that on my Xbox Series X that wasn't like stuff I had already played. It's like, oh, it's something new, came out on the same day, go ahead and buy it. Yeah, so I was wrong, and it was probably the best game I played that year. Um, Genuinely. I mean, it was I got quarantined and I got stuck playing it for like 80 hours and I got sucked into the game. You don't even understand. Eivor as a main
oh,
character.
I remember.
And the
I,
host.
I
yeah.
remember
Yeah.
when you got sucked.
I may not know a lot about getting sucked into the game, but I know a lot about sucking.
Pause.
Bro. What?
Angelo, don't listen to this.
Yeah. Sorry, Dad.
No, like sucking at video games, fellas. What do you?
Oh, okay.
Guys, what do you mean?
Okay. Anyways, basically what I'm trying to get at is it may not look like it now. It may not look like it now. You may look at it and be like, this is just another Assassin's Creed game because I did that. And now AC Valhalla is one of my favorite games of all time. So like,
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah. Like I said, I just think Assassin's Creed is a franchise. You won't know how you feel genuinely until you play it all the way through.
I see.
Yep. But
All right,
shall
sounds
we?
like it's time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to talk about the event, the Xbox Games Showcase. I'm just going to go ahead and start because y'all know this is like this is my thing. You know, like this is so crazy because a month ago, I was just having videos and conversations about how it's never felt worse to be an Xbox fan. And now, I don't know if it's ever felt better. I'm gonna be completely honest because what this showcase did, I have updated my top 30 and most anticipated games as of right now. I have never seen this many Xbox games in that list. I've never even seen this many Xbox games, period. I never even imagined that some of these games would even be a thing, let alone I'd even be able to see some of these games. Right? I have never left a showcase so satisfied and so just expectations blown through the roof to the point where like 14 or 15 games made it in my top 30 most anticipated games just off of that showcase alone. There has never been a showcase where I feel like they literally did practically the best they could. And I understand at the end of the day, yeah, you're going to, I wish this was there. I wish that was there. But let's keep it real. Keep it 100%. That is how it is every event. Not every event can show every single game. And when you look at what this event has been able to show compared to every other event, they literally did the best they possibly could. I don't know if I originally was sitting at like a 9.5. I low-key, I think I was tripping because I genuinely do think this is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. I personally say this was the best event of all time. And I am the Xbox guy. It is my brand of choice. I've been a loyal follower forever. I get that's biased. But even outside of that, I've never seen so much positivity about Xbox on Twitter. I've never seen so much positivity about Xbox games specifically. I've never seen so much awesomeness when it comes to Xbox. It truly does feel like they just reached that point of dominoes falling. From here forward, Xbox is here to deliver games frequently, consistently, and hopefully, from what we saw, quality. Not only did this showcase deliver tons of games, but like we just said, and I'm pretty sure all three of us are going to pretty much say the same thing. So many looked interesting. There is very few showcases where there's this high up of a percentage of games that genuinely look good and interesting. We just started ranting about how some of these games could possibly be nominated for Game of the Year, and we literally just saw a trailer of it. That is how good some of these games and how good the showcase is. The pacing was excellent. The information was excellent. Genuinely, I don't know if they'll ever be able to top it. Because they literally just showed pretty much their entire card. Any game we did not know anything about is no longer the case. The only game we don't know anything about is freaking Everwild, bro. But that game's dead, so it don't matter. But I genuinely do think that this was a 10 out of 10 show, and I have to confess, I have pretty much rewatched the entire event 8 times, and I have listened to about 13 hours of podcasts surrounding this event, and I can also say I've heard a lot of 10 out of 10s. I've heard a lot of this is the best Xbox show ever, one of the best shows of all time. I've heard so much positivity from people who don't even like Xbox. Like Maximilian Dude, I watched his reaction today. He has pretty much never liked an Xbox event, and he said, "Yo, this was an amazing show because it is." If you don't think it's an amazing show, you either A, only like point and click games, or you absolutely hate Xbox. If you are a gamer, it is so hard to look at this show and be like, it was bad. I personally don't think it's possible. But that is my take. Conclusion. 10 out of 10. Masterpiece. My favorite event ever. Whoever wants to go, you guys can battle it out. It don't matter to me.
I guess I'll go.
Sure.
I guess.
Sure, go for it.
All right.
I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
Yep. Okay. So, I was not. I mean, we talked about it a little bit on the actual video whenever we reacted. It honestly, we knew it was gonna be really good. Kind of blew our expectations out the water. To be honest, I don't think they could ever top it because of just first party. There is so many first party stuff, but on top of that, just the indie stuff and third party stuff they showed were just so interesting. Interesting this time around. Games that no one has even heard of just kind of stood out. I know at some point we'll get to one, which was honestly my game of the show, honestly, which is kind of crazy to think about. But dude, it was, I don't have a lot of complaints, man. Maybe I wasn't sold on every single game and I'm not going to be playing everything, but I walked out with at least half, maybe even more, I am interested in and I actually want to play. I actually want to sink my teeth into. And I think that really says something. I'm not at a 10 out of 10 personally, just for me. If I looked at this from an actual presentation and if I was critiquing it without bias, I would maybe give it a 10 out of 10 because I do think it's hard to get better than that. I don't know how. I mean, you just have to replace some of the smaller stuff with even bigger stuff, but I mean, they always smaller games like that need a bigger place within these showcases. You know, not everything, you know, should because I mean it's cool and all, but at the same time, it's like still it's nice to show other developers and stuff that love and give them a platform to show their stuff on. But I'm sitting at a solid 9.5. I personally, I just wanted maybe one more big thing that I would have liked, like another indie that I was really interested in. Um, but that's literally about it. That's literally it. Like I don't have many complaints, man. Like I don't know how you do better than that. Like I really don't. But at the same time, I mean, how in the world can you when you know, this is built up over several years and 2 acquisitions to get here. Whether you hate it or not, it is what it is, boy. It sounds like Microsoft played their cards right because now they on top. It sounds like, but we'll see how they do. I'm hoping they keep this momentum because every time they do, they throw it down the drain. So I'm really hoping not. But dude, I loved it, man. I can't. I'm telling you, it reignited my flame for gaming, man. Like I still love gaming and everything, but I've been going through the trenches recently, like all the people watching. But I loved it. It really just that showcase showed me why video games is just a beautiful art form to be consumed, and just like seeing them present the way that showcase was, it was just a masterpiece. I mean, it is going to go down as one of the best like showcases of all time. Like there's no doubt, and I don't know how else you combat it. I mean, like John was saying, just real fast, you know it's something special when even the Sony ponies themselves are begging PlayStation to come out in September with a actual showcase to rival that.
You have 90 days to respond.
Yeah, oh my! I saw that tweet, bro. You have 90 days. I'm like, oh my gosh, like. But no, I loved it. I mean, I don't know how you can't love it, unless you're just not a big fan of Xbox. But like Xbox fans, oh boy, you are eating. I'm trying to get more into Xbox too, baby. So I'm gonna play almost all the first party ones because I wanna understand the hype behind these franchises.
Christian, let it
That's
cook.
that's all I got.
Well, I was the only one here that went into it blind.
That is true.
Fully blind. No, nothing for me. Yeah, it was genuinely probably one of the best showcases, best things I've ever experienced when it comes to gaming. Like that isn't playing the video game. I haven't really been there for a lot of the announcements. I've always just kind of been secondhand. So like a lot of my favorite games that were announced, I never really got to see the announcement trailers or like be in the room with a bunch of friends watching it. Genuinely, it was back to back to back to back to back to back. It was peak after peak after peak after peak. Like I mean, dude, it was crazy. And I loved every minute of it. I loved every minute of it. It was probably, if I dare say, probably the best non-E3 event of all time. Relatively, because yeah, maybe they weren't like Red Dead Redemption 2 wasn't, shown there or whatever. Like there wasn't like massive games, but they literally had like, it was, in terms of quality, fantastic. Like of what they showed, how long they showed it, the names that they got there for like the studios and stuff, it was so good. Definitely like straight up 10 out of 10. I mean, I don't pop off, but as soon as it clicked for me that it was Doom, the Dark Ages, I mean, jaw on the floor. I wasn't up and screaming, but like wild stuff. And then Life is Strange Double Exposure. I mean, wild that we're getting another one of those. That was at the Xbox event. And then finally, after like every single gaming event ever, of me going like, so you think Fable's gonna be here? Fable was there. We got to finally see Fable, and it looks gorgeous, gorgeous, man. I mean, oh my gosh, 10 out of 10. I do think, I don't know. I just think all around it was a solid, solid experience the entire way through. I almost didn't really feel any slow parts, really, in my opinion. I think it didn't die off like Summer Games Fest, or there wasn't a lot of update stuff for different games. I mean, we had I think 1 or 2 updates in the entire Xbox event.
It depends
That was
on
it.
what you consider an update, I would say.
I mean,
because,
like the Fallout 76 update.
Oh, I see. Yeah, we had like 3 then. We had like 3. 3 or 4.
Those were lost in the
Well-
tidal wave that was all of the.
Well, that's what I'll also argue is also what makes this such a strong showcase. I was even telling you earlier, Christian. I'm like, I've never felt the want to maybe go try Fallout 76 again until now.
Yeah.
Like, and even those things that I would normally be like, it's just like a throwaway. It's like a go grab a bag of popcorn moment. I was genuinely interested in. I'm like, yo, that's actually a pretty cool trailer. Like, I'm glad they showed it here. Same thing with like World of Warcraft. I've never played World of Warcraft, but I'm like, yo, this is a pretty hype trailer, dude. And then like Diablo had such a great trailer. I'm like, me and Austin were literally just talking like, yo, I kind of want to go back and like actually play it. Like, finally, it's like even those things that are notorious for being the worst part of events were good. Like it's mind blowing to me.
Yeah.
And not even
Genuinely, I'm so excited.
yeah, and you touched on it, Christian. I think it's perfect. Not only did we get record-setting first-party showcase, Square Enix was there, Konami was there, Ubisoft was there, EA was there. Like, this is like, I'm not gonna lie. This Xbox should just scratch the whole Xbox game showcase. This is just a games showcase. That's what it is. Because at the end of the day, yeah, like half of them are going to PS5 and other platforms. Anybody can enjoy this because there is just great game after great game. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But let's go ahead. Let's get talking about all the games. And we're going to be here for a while. It's time to get cracking down on them all. You know what? Let's just have fun with it. What game do y'all want to start with?
Hold up,
Uh-oh.
real quick. Just to say before we start, I just want everybody to know if you're watching this, please, if you're even in this part, I already know that after this whole thing, I started seeing the controversy because of the Phil Spencer interview. I just want to put this out there, fellas. Unless Phil Spencer himself says first-party games are going to PlayStation, I do not want to hear people spreading fake information that just because he said more Xbox games are going to PlayStation, that does not mean they're going to be like Fable, Forza, Halo. Like, all I see it right now is Bethesda is going to mostly be third party, it sounds like. That's what it sounds like to me. Like, I don't really see like the flagship like titles going. But I can see like mostly Bethesda going because they're already kind of doing it. Like I could see a world. I mean, I don't, maybe not. I was gonna say maybe Starfield, but that may be the only exception.
I'm glad you brought this up because this is actually a conversation I want to have before we jump into the individual games and everything. And this is from me listening to 13 hours worth of podcast. And I've just gotten a lot of insights, a lot of just, people who know the industry, who are legit insiders, like who it's their literal living to talk about this stuff. I actually have reached the point, as long as it is not stuff like Gears of War, Halo, whatever, the things that are Xbox. You know what I mean? The things that are Xbox, as long as those don't go multi-plat, I actually really hope everything else goes to either PS5 or Switch or whatever. Because I think we can all agree with this. This showcase solidified one thing, as if it wasn't already solidified, but it definitely doubled down on it, is Game Pass for the consumer is just a stupid good deal. It literally, if I look at my top 30 games, almost half of them I'm getting on Game Pass. So, if the sustainability behind it means that, okay, a bunch of our games go to PlayStation, which means they can have more sustainability for me to keep this amazing deal with Game Pass, keep that running. If that means more players get to play the game, if that means they won't have to close down any more studios, if that is what they need to do to be more sustainable, that I've reached the point I'm fine with it. Because at the end of the day, it's a choice. You can play on Xbox, $15 a month, get it all for free pretty much, or you can pay $70 on another platform. As long as there is no negative effects to it, I'm completely open to it now. I still will. If the day comes, it'll be a tough pill to swallow if Gears or Halo or something goes to PlayStation. But
Oh yeah.
but I think like if something like Perfect Dark or Clockwork Revolution,
Yeah.
South of Midnight decide to go to PS5, it wouldn't really hurt me anymore.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean is like, because I remember seeing that and it just made me cringe. I'm like, here we go, we're back to the start. Like, everyone just trying to get clicks, views. Like, listen, if they do not say that that game is going to PS5 or Switch, they ain't going to Switch because they're all UE5. Switch can't run that. But like, unless
can
they
barely
literally
run
say. Unless they literally say
Right.
that game specifically is going to PS5, I don't want to hear nothing. Don't be stupid. Don't listen to everything that people say. Unless they literally tell you that franchise or title is going to be going to PS5, do not listen to what anyone says. And don't worry, because if Xbox wants a chance of selling their next console, I would think it'd be really stupid to put Halo and Gears and all that on PlayStation 5, because what's the point of buying another Xbox then? Because exclusives are the number one reason why you buy a console.
Like I said, I genuinely do think Xbox's biggest selling point is just Game Pass.
Yeah.
It's the fact that now, okay, yes, before like two years ago, when we were super lucky to even get an Xbox exclusive in a year, right? That was like, yes, this is our exclusive. This is for us. We get it for free. Like, this is our thing. But now we've reached the point where we have so many.
We're lucky enough to get multiple in a year.
Right. But now we've reached the point where there's so many. It's like, I'm getting so much value out of this. Like it's really starting to become clear why Game Pass is so good and why having an Xbox that can run Game Pass is so good. You can't run Game Pass on PlayStation. You can't run Game Pass on Switch. The only other place you can run on PC. But in order to run a lot of these games, you have to spend double, maybe even triple the price of an Xbox. So if that's what you want to do, go right ahead. To me, the selling point is it is a console which is cheaper than PC and it can run Game Pass. That is the selling point. Having some exclusives like Gears, Halo, I think would be a really good thing to have. But I don't think you need, 20 exclusives in order to sell a console. As long as you have good games with good value, which Game Pass brings the value, you will sell consoles.
Yeah. I get that. I still think the exclusives are the most important part. I mean, look at the Switch. The Switch, it is a different breed in its own, but those exclusives, they be talking. So.
Yeah. I mean, look, to be honest, I guess just to clarify that, because I didn't clarify that. If it was up to me, I would want everything exclusive to Xbox. Like, I ain't even going cap. I'm a greedy little Xbox
Yeah.
fan. All right, like if I could have it my way, I'd be like, yeah, give me Game Pass, give me all these game exclusives. That's fine. But the matter of fact is that's not how the industry works, unfortunately, and that's just not the direction we're headed. So
Yeah. Based off how we're going with development costs and all that, and also Game Pass, like they have to guarantee like developers not getting the full like $70 like buys. Like they kind of just have to do this. And I mean, Call of Duty alone will help them and everything. And I mean, I think they're looking just fine. I honestly like the more I look at this after this showcase, I don't understand how they're gonna go downhill. I really don't know how you fumble this. Yeah. Like you have Call of Duty, you have Activision Blizzard with some of the most popular and best-selling games, and then you just have so much momentum. I don't know how you mess it up.
No, I agree. Like what bad news could happen? Like okay, let's say they announce Indiana Jones is actually going to PS5. Like, okay, that is kind of unfortunate. You guys technically lied, but, like, at this rate, we kind of expect it. You know? Like, I don't feel like anything exclusive-wise will kill the momentum. It'll definitely, like, lower it a little bit. It'll be like, that's kind of unfortunate. I don't think it would kill it. Same thing with, like, now, actually, that will kill it. Any other studio closures will kill it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say kill, but it would extremely hurt. Like the only way we're even semi getting over Tango is because of how good this showcase was. And even then, I'm still super sad about Tango. So
yeah.
That's literally the only thing I like in my head. Like I don't know. I literally don't know what else is humanly possible to just straight up kill this momentum. But you never know.
I just need Xbox now. I just need them to start working on the next. Once everything comes out that needs to, I'm ready to see what they'll work on next. I need more IP revivals. If we ain't gonna get Hi-Fi Rush 2, find someone that will do it, please.
I have a prediction. I think the next gen Xbox comes out 2026 alongside a handheld. I think they're gonna pull a Nintendo.
W.
That would be awesome, dude. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, bro, we already got like 3 games. I already know what's coming out in 2026. It's gotta be. We're looking at probably
Perfect
State
Dark
of Decay 3,
Perfect Dark, State of Decay. Yep.
What's the other one on my mind that I can't remember? Gears. I think.
Yeah. Gears is for Gears. I'm gonna say I think Gears is a launch title for whatever the next console is.
Yeah. All right, we should hop into the games.
All right. Is Christian back, low-key?
I don't think so.
Yes.
Oh, he is. Okay, bet.
Never mind.
All right. Well, since me and Austin were just yapping,
hey man, we put some respect on their name, bro.
Let's just have fun with this. What game? we can jump around to whatever game we want to talk about. Christian, what's the first game?
Is your name Christian?
I literally said it right as he like said your name.
Bro thinks his name's Christian.
Christian.
My name's not Christian, but I am a Christian.
Hard doubt.
Yeah. After doubt.
Christian church.
No, hard doubt.
I went to a Christian middle school. What are you talking about?
And I went to church up until I was 16. However.
All right, Christian. What's the first game you want to talk about? We got a lot to choose from.
Honestly, first game I want to talk about is the one that's kind of been up in the forefront of my mind. Avowed.
All right, let's do it.
I think the extended look that we got from the dev interview.
Oh yes.
Oh my god.
See,
okay, have you watched that, Austin?
No, I have not seen it.
It is easily the best showing the game has had.
I see.
Agreed.
Easily.
Okay, then I don't want to put my opinion down then, because it sounds like this really shows like everything that it needs to show.
Yes.
Yeah.
It did.
The reason why I'm comparing it so heavily to Skyrim is because it is very much inspired by Skyrim.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at it and you were like,
Wow, who would have guessed?
dog. You look
Bro,
at this and it's like,
Have you seen
insane.
Skyrim? This looks like it's inspired by Skyrim.
Is Austin talking? I can't hear him. Anyways,
Nah,
I genuinely,
Yapping.
it looks so good. The magic, we didn't really get a lot of combat. We got some melee combat, but dude,
but even that
the
looks improved.
clip that we saw was the clips that we saw from the Emerald Grove or whatever it was. That's from Baldur's Gate, but the Emerald Steps. It was the plant tree chick. How you could go through and kill all those guys, and then she'll attack you, and you won't even get a line of dialogue at all, or you can sneak past them, and then you get a completely separate host of dialogue options and completely different end to the hideout.
Okay, hang on, real quick, because I know Austin's confused as all ever right now. Austin, in English terms, you know how some games have different endings?
Yes.
All right, this game has different endings to every quest depending on the way you complete the quest.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
So if you sneak, you will get a different ending. If you go guns blazing, you'll get a different ending. If you somehow persuade, like through dialogue, you'll get a different ending. Like, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That's what Christian just said in like gamer terms.
Yeah. I see why Christian. Okay, so from what I'm hearing, I can understand why you're hyping this up so much. I understand. That does sound pretty crazy. Cause like that'd be like, oh man, this.
I don't know
City.
why it's taken them
Quite
this
frankly, a
long
million different ways.
to explain that this is how the game works, because like
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
what they showed today is easily the best showing it's had.
I just still hope the combat is gonna
The
not.
combat feel it
Hold it
looks
back.
it looks like it feels good. Like
Yeah.
genuinely, you could see
that's my only
you could see the
concern.
impact
Yeah.
and all that now.
That's my. Yeah, that was my only concern from all the trailers I've seen. It's just I was really worried the combat wouldn't feel that great. But I don't know. It's Obsidian. It's weird. You never know what you're gonna get, and then you hop in, and then you more than likely enjoy it. So, but
Yeah,
I mean,
very
I
excited.
think it looks good. But I should look at the deep dive then, because it sounds like they
Yeah.
really went into it and like explained so much more that needs to be talked about. Because that was my thing. Is like I guess I felt like they were just. I got that feeling they were just holding back info. And I was
Yeah.
like, I feel like there should just be so much more that they're not
Yeah.
explaining. Like, they're, like, what's going on here, man? Like, because I remember they even talked about it, like, they were heavily inspired by Skyrim. And I'm like, I'm still not, like, getting all of it. I feel like I'm only getting, like, 25% right now.
Yeah. Yeah, the deep dive went through progression, went through combat, went through story, went through RPG elements. It went through features like you're able to go into third person mode. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like
I
they,
heard,
they
I did hear that. That is
that's
sick.
pretty cool. Yeah, that's really awesome. And yeah, they legitimately showed the game today. And yeah, it really was great.
Yeah.
Like, cause I'm not gonna lie, like, it was at like the lower end of my list. It like jumped up like quite a bit after watching it.
That's good.
Yes. And Christian, while I'm not necessarily gonna make the bold claim it has a shot of game of the year, I ain't gonna doubt it either,
Yeah, I get it.
because you never know. Outer Worlds was nominated for game of the year. I'm pretty sure.
And it's Obsidian,
It is,
dude. I'm excited.
very
That's
good.
what I'm gonna say.
Very, very good. Bro, I gotta do a shout out, bro. This might be one of my favorite. Dude, you guys know how I get attached to something so random and weird, and I love it. there is a specific enemy design in this game. It's this little
the
mushroom
mush-
dude. I love him. I love him so much, dude. Oh, I want. Ooh. Bro, I want like a plushie. I want like a cardboard cutout, bro. That thing is so cute. But then you gotta kill it, and it's crazy. But anyway, yeah. All right, Austin. What game you want? Oh wait, real quick. Avowed does not have a release date yet. However, on the website, it was leaked for November 15th, the same day Assassin's Creed comes out. How do we feel about that, guys? If that is true.
I'll be dual screen.
What one-handed playing AC, one-handed playing Avowed.
I'll just have two like joystick like those hey, you know how some people who do the flight simulator stuff have those like joysticks? I'll have two of them like manked to like controllers on my PS5 and my Xbox, and I'll be sitting here playing each.
Yeah.
I love it.
Honestly?
I love it, dude.
I'd like to do that. That sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right, so you
I don't mind it coming out in November. It coming out the same day as AC sucks, just because I personally don't like when games come out the same day or like even like a couple days within each other, because then it's so hard to want to beat everything. So
It's happened so much this year, though. I mean, we started off with Infinite Wealth, like a Dragon Infinite Wealth and Tekken 8. Now we got, don't even get me started. We have, what is it? Sonic X Shadow Generations, and then
Call of Duty on the same day.
Call it, like, yeah, they're completely different titles, but like, what are you doing? Like, come on, bro. Also we got, that's just Sonic Team. It makes me mad.
Metaphor is also coming out like right next to it, isn't it?
October
Something,
11th or 12th.
11 sounds right. 11.
I think Sparking Zero and Metaphor Refantasio come out the same day.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
I
October
think,
stupid.
or it could be a different one. Yeah, bro.
Sounds
You
stupid.
got, oh god, you got Diablo 4 DLC.
Y'all better
you got
people better pray Dragon Age does not reveal to an October release date, because that
we
it's
haven't-
over.
Hey man, we haven't even got the Nintendo Direct yet,
Oh,
bro.
Lord.
Like,
Yeah, it's
oh yeah, man. Just add Donkey Kong in October, bro. It's done. It's over. It was nice knowing you.
All right. Well, anyway, Austin, what's the next game you want to talk about?
I don't know, man.
Choose
Xbox
anyone.
has no games.
You could choose it. Yeah, you're right. I mean, let's talk about Astrobot, Loki. I mean, let's.
Yeah. Do I want to switch it up after I said my first answer?
I would like to clarify. Astrobot looks like a masterpiece. I'm not hating on it whatsoever.
I'll keep it consistent. Let's talk about Stalker 2. I just randomly said it,
Okay.
and I just wanted to throw like the curveball that I don't think anyone would expect me to be like, yes, let's talk about it.
I am starting to feel like a hypocrite or broken record. I think I even said this during the event itself. I also think this is a Game of the Year contender.
It does, that last trailer. I will say I think you're valid for that. Even like with the last trailer they showed at the PC game showcase.
Yeah.
Like that was a very impactful trailer and very kind of emotional for the story. And I didn't think it was going to be that deep of a story kind of game, but it honestly sounds like there's a pretty well-driven, like, emotional aspect to it.
Bro, like this game to me screams it knows exactly what it wants to be, and it is just executing on it.
See, that's what I mean about shooters. This game breathes soul. I can see it in every single aspect, and that's my problem with shooter games. Is I feel like when I play a shooter now, it just is copy and paste of almost everything else you see. And it's like, I just want some soul. And I can see it in every aspect. Like, every time, like, that whole time, even rewatching it today, I still, when I watch that trailer, I can't find any amount where it feels unoriginal. It all feels original, different, just it's so different and I love it. It looks so good, so different. Creativeness is so it's definitely there. There's so much there that is
I'm not gonna
like.
lie. I know you had this or I guess concern a while back, and I do definitely understand the concern. For me now, especially after this last trailer, I'm actually think it's a pro for me. The fact that it's supposed to be around 30 hours.
I can't see that now. I just thought for a shooter game, I was like, ooh, that's a little while. Like, I mean,
seeing
we've had
all the
long
different
shooter
environments
games,
and everything in that last trailer, I'm like, I feel like this is gonna be like one just awesome experience. Like,
yeah.
So, Christian,
I
what
mean,
do you think of this game, man?
I've never played the first one.
Well,
But I think it
haven't
looks.
Neither
it looks fun. I think obviously, you know, all the love and support go out to the team who's been making this in Ukraine. Gosh, can't imagine still pushing this out while all that stuff's going on.
Yeah.
But
I'm just glad they're finally gonna be able to get it out. It's such a it's great. I can't make that joke.
Bro, all I'm
is.
saying is
Anyways.
if it does get nominated for Game of the Year, Underdog Story of the Century, dude.
Facts. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say about it because honestly, I'm, you know, I'm gonna play the heck out of it when it comes out. And not even just because, not only because it looks fun, it looks like an interesting, story and such, just to support the team who made it, because they worked their entirety on this game. Just everything that they had is just
In the womb.
been poured into this, and I'm here for it, you know, and I will play every second of it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Very excited.
Very strong showing from that game.
Yeah, I still have a little concern about the length, but like I'm a little scared just because I feel like some games they may be a little too.
Things.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just for
a
me
little
personally,
afraid it might be a little too
30's
much.
like cap for me. Not cap, but like anything longer, I do start worrying about drag and bloat and like stuff like that. Like 30 is definitely the max where like I don't really have a concern with it.
Yeah, I just feel like for a shooter, I feel like the
that.
longest you'll usually see is 20. I just don't want it to drag if it's gonna. Like, that's my only fear. But it just maybe not, you know.
Yep.
But it's out of my realm, and it's something I'm not used to. But hey, man, let them cook, and maybe they got what it takes to show us.
Let them cook.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just. Yeah.
I think it's your turn now, John.
It is my turn, and I'm gonna just let it rip.
I know what's coming.
I'm just gonna let it rip and tear, baby. Doom: The Dark Ages. After rewatching this event 8 times, after listening to everybody,
hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. So 8 times, like, did you skip at all, or did you literally watch the entire thing from start to finish, no pause?
So, I watched reactions from start to finish.
My guy, so you spent 8 hours. It's been a day since the event, and you spent 8 hours watching people.
Yeah.
Okay,
spent
on
8
top
hours
of that,
watching.
and then you said 13 hours on
Listening
podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have to see, like, I did 6 hours at work.
The event was yesterday. You spent 20 hours.
That's right.
In this.
That's right.
How much sleep have you gotten, my friend?
I'm very sleep deprived right now. No, I have.
John, come back to John and wake up at like 2 a.m. sitting there, eyes, you know, still open in the darkness while he's listening to another podcast.
Oh yeah, no. I'm pretty sure. So I have to go. I start work at 5 a.m. I don't think I went to sleep until like 2:30 a.m. Sorry.
That's what I was wondering because you were saying that. I was like,
yeah, no,
my guy. So you're telling me it's been 24 hours since that event, and you've spent 20 hours just rewatch? I'm like, oh my
Oh, yeah.
gosh.
Oh yeah.
I mean, commitment. man. It's
I've
John,
pretty
what do you
much
expect?
I've pretty much watched like all the main trailers like in their 4K version on my TV because I just wanted to I wanted to see everything crystal clear. But anyway, Doom: The Dark Ages, baby. After watching this event 8 times, listening to so many people, listening to all the excitement around this, I am happy to announce, ladies and gentlemen, this is my most anticipated game right now. Number 1.
Really?
Really?
Yes, number 1. Because it comes down to this.
Oh, man.
How
That's
badly
crazy.
do I want to play the game? And Doom is all about that. It is all
Wait.
about that.
All about
Your
that
number one?
My number 1. That is correct.
I mean, I guess Ghost of Tsushima 2 don't have a release date.
Oh, it's not even announced.
Bro, but it's a thing, I guess.
No, it's
yeah.
not. We don't even know it's a thing. Who knows? Sucker Punch could be working on something else. Who knows?
It's not. What else they gonna work on?
Bro,
No, it's
bu-
fine.
before this, it was Metroid Prime 4. So, yeah.
Oh my god, actually. Really? That's
Yeah.
interesting. That's. Wow. Okay, I'm
Yo.
shocked.
I'm telling you, after rewatching this event, the one that I wish just came out tonight is Doom: The Dark Ages. Like, everything just screams to me. Medieval. Christian knows I love Knights. Knights was like my faction, bro, in For Honor for
For
like
Honor.
the longest time. I just love Medieval. I love Doom. I love the music. I love huge giant monsters and giant mechs that you can punch the monsters, bro. I love flying on dragons. Bro, I'm telling you, this is
all
this is
all
my
of
game.
this with the most bumpin' soundtrack you've ever heard.
Facts. Like,
Bro.
this
It's a
legitimately.
recipe for success.
Me and Austin have said this multiple times. We want that Xbox game that just reaches in our top 10, top 5 games of all time. This could very well be it. I'm very confident in it. Like, yes, games like Fable, Perfect Dark, Gears of War are things that you would expect me to be more hyped. But at the end of the day, when it comes to what game have I just felt the most happy about after seeing and wanting to play and hearing everybody's excitement, Doom: The Dark Ages just has it all. It has it all. And it just looks up. I kept on telling you, Austin, the other day, every time I saw that shot of Doomslayer, and it's just like zooming in on his mask, it is so hard. Like, still, every time I see it, chills. Oh my gosh. I
John,
can't. I could literally talk
I-
about this forever. I could.
I've gotten to a point where it's like the amount of times throughout any showcase where you will literally sit there and be like, "Oh my god, look at that shot!" I'm like, I'd be rich. I'd be like full on rich. Like, you did it
Bro.
about like at least like 10 times in the Xbox
I mean,
One.
you know, camera work and cinematography is like one of my favorite things. Like,
I get that. Yeah.
in like
I'll go ahead and throw my hat in the ring there on it because I have a very interesting. I'm just curious, like where do you guys stand on the Doom games, like especially Eternal, because
I love
Eternal's the
Doom.
only one that I played.
I love Doom.
Where
I
would
played
you put it?
2016.
Yeah, where would you put it for you? Like if you had to rank
For
it,
me?
like from a S to like D.
I think that they did a fantastic job remaking the game. Or not
Hmm.
even remaking. I think they did a fantastic job at making the game new
Yeah.
while still keeping the generic, not the generic, but the core aspects of Doom as a game.
Yeah.
I mean, like, really, how do I think I started playing Doom 2016 because John wanted me to play it with him.
that is true.
Because there's a multiplayer thing, and it was like it's on Game Pass, so we could play it.
I ain't gonna lie, the
um,
multiplayer in that's really bad, actually.
Yeah, there's no point in there being multiplayer. But however, I downloaded it, and so I was like looking. I'm like, I kind of want to play this. It seems fun.
Oh
You know, little
yeah.
me not knowing any better.
Wait,
Uh,
are they gonna have multiplayer for this new one?
they didn't for Doom Eternal. I don't think.
Yes, they did.
So.
Yes,
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
They did.
Did they?
Yeah.
Wild.
but
I
I never
didn't
heard
think
anybody
about
talk
this.
about it.
I didn't even think about this.
I never hear anyone talk about it.
Yeah, I mean,
So
Well,
like,
because it wasn't.
it's not. It's not really a multiplayer game.
It wasn't good.
yeah,
It was a
I-
multiplayer. We didn't. I don't even think we ended up playing because it just the servers weren't working.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. Yeah.
I think what they should do. Hear me out, fellas.
Gladiator
A,
Arena.
a multiplayer. No, a multiplayer speed run competition. It's all like
Lord.
like a leaderboard, and it's just a speed run.
So it's like that Mario game.
Uh, uh, t- 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 uh, the I know what you're talking about. I can't remember it right now. I'm blanking.
It was where you would run through.
The NES Championship game that just came out. It's the
Uh,
speedrun one where you literally
it was-
like play a bunch of old classic NES games and you speedrun
It
them.
no, it was the full Mario one. It was the one that came out for the anniversary. Mario 99 or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Where like you all are on screen and you sit there and you play Doom or not you play Doom, you play Mario. And it's a competition so you can finish it the fastest. Yeah. I had watched I actually really liked that game. But that'd be fun. Yeah. However, I don't know. I don't know how to work with the Doom the Dark Ages because I really don't know how that story is going to be set up.
See,
All right. So what letter grade would you
Yeah.
give 2016 and Eternal, Christian?
Honestly, very personal opinion. S tier. I think
Both?
playing them both back. Playing them both back to back like I had. Yeah, definitely S tier. I love Doom Eternal. I love how schlocky it is at moments where it's like, it is just like the gore. They know what they're doing. You know, they know what they're doing. They're like, yeah, we're gonna make this unnecessarily gory, and I eat that up. I like Chainsaw Man. Of course, I eat that up.
yeah.
So yeah, both S tier games. I think if anybody is like, oh, I want to play a game. Yeah, I'm gonna recommend Doom and Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Perfect.
That's actually a really good shout. That is Doom probably is one of the go-to games for like, yo, if you just want a fun game, bro, low key.
Yeah,
Just
you want to rip
Doom.
and tear. Just do it. Just go.
Like you
It's
almost can't
definitely-
go wrong.
yeah. It's definitely like, even for those people that don't like can't focus on story or anything, it's just like, bro, if you want a game to turn your brain off to, like,
For
this
real.
is it right here, bro.
Yeah. For me, 2016's A tier, Eternal's S tier. For me.
Okay.
Eternal. I mean, Eternal. It had the internet in its chokehold there for a moment.
Yeah. it
Yeah.
did.
I'm just wondering.
My favorite-
because-
My favorite aspect of before I say it, my favorite aspect of Doom though isn't Doom itself. It's the fact that Doom Guy is married to Isabel from Animal Crossing. and
Oh
it's the
my
funniest
gosh!
thing. I love it. It's so funny.
It's just so stupid.
Never mind. It's no
I
longer my
think
most
it's
anticipated
funny.
game. It's
Yeah,
it's
it's
over.
the worst game. Of
Yeah,
all
you know
time.
what? Good.
You know
More
what?
for me.
It really is the Dark Ages. Oh my lord.
You're so funny,
The furries took over.
Yeah.
Austin.
What? No, we're not doing.
Okay.
We're not
Wow.
doing this again.
The amount of red
Sorry.
I said his name. I said his name, and that was it. That's all I had to do.
Austin. No.
I was only asking because for me, Eternal, I sit on an A. I just want to care about Doom Guy more than him just being cool, and I feel like I didn't
Bro,
really get it
he
in
had a bunny.
Eternal.
This
Bro.
is true. This is true.
Bro,
It-
canonically, why he is the way that he is because his bunny got killed.
When did they
Dog,
explain
John
look it
that?
up.
Wick, bro. John Wick in a nutshell.
Okay,
Was this
do
in
you know?
2016?
Do you know that 2016 Doom isn't a remake?
Huh?
No, it's not. It's a reboot.
2016. No, it's not.
Bro, I don't know nothing about Doom. I
No,
played
it's-
Doom. Listen. I played Eternal, and the reason it's not an S for me is because I wanted more reason than just it felt like when I played it. It was like, oh, I'm just saving the world from demons, and I'm Doom guy, and I'm super cool. Like I didn't
No,
get
Mario
like
in like every game.
Wait, bro. Actually, he's cooking.
that's different though. It's different.
Bro, he's cooking.
No, but it's different.
But
You're right.
No,
He's
it's only
not
different
cool.
because you're a Nintendo fanboy.
But like Mario, like he gave
He's
me
a
more
plumber.
personality. He gave me more personality than Doom guy. Doom guy was just a cool guy in a suit.
That's crazy.
Where Mario's like
Mario is an
Mario's just
Italian
dude in
plumber
overalls.
in overalls.
bro, but he's all on display. His personality's showing. He's going woohoo! Like
Doom guy rips and tears until it is done. I don't know what more personality you could have.
I can't, bro really said he has more personality than Doom guy. He goes, wahoo! Hey, if I was Doom guy, I was jumping from wall to wall. I'd be like wahoo too. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
I don't know. That was my only thing, and that's my only thing I hope they do is maybe this prequel. I hope they. I really want them to make me like Doom guy besides just he's cool. Because I didn't get that from Eternal. I really didn't. I
Okay.
didn't.
So
I personally,
you've played 2016?
No, I've never touched 2016. I've
Played
finished.
2016.
I finished Eternal though. I finished the whole thing.
2016.
You think he's gonna go back and play the old
2016.
game?
Play 2016. If that is your
Actually,
biggest
a sequel
criticism,
was
or like if that's
technically-
if your biggest thing is, oh well, I don't care for Doom guy at all.
Well, I care about him, but not like for anything. Like
Yeah.
he's
understand.
cool. That's all. That's it to me. Like I don't know.
Nah, he had a bunny and he died. It's tragic as heck.
Bro,
dude.
they don't even talk about the bunny in Eternal, bro. He just does things. I'm like, why are you doing it? He's like, he just does. I'm like, there's gotta be
just
like,
look
what's
it
your
up.
motive? I'm like, what's your motivation? And they don't say anything. And I'm like, well, this sounds like a whole thing of I
Bro
should
is
have
just
probably
John Wick,
first.
low key.
I'm about to say you like the John Wick movies.
Yeah.
He just
well,
kills
4.
because his dog died.
Yeah. Well, see, it just sounds like a skill issue of I didn't play the first one, but also I think
It is severely a skill issue.
I think that's what's interesting though is it's going to be a prequel, and I'm actually really excited to see where they take that because
Yes, there's a lot of stuff that we don't know. Like
Yeah.
in between in between Doom, original Doom and Doom 2, we have no idea what happened in between those for him to become this like terrifying beast he is now. Because in the first couple games, he was just a guy. He was just a guy who was mad that his bunny died, and so he got sent to a Martian base as a soldier, and so like his that's whenever all the demons started invading Mars, and so. I mean, yeah, I don't know because there's a lot of stuff.
Right now. Just
There's a
oh,
there's a
boy.
lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff in Doom Eternal that like we still don't know. And I'm honestly incredibly excited. So yeah, no, I definitely agree with you on that. Like I want to see where this leads.
Yeah. All right.
real quick, it did get a 2025 release date, which I'm super happy. I'm so glad there's not a new game and we're gonna have to wait 3 years to see it again or some crap like that. Like, boom, Doom's here next year. I personally, I'm gonna say it. Doom Eternal released in March, the year it came out. I think Doom has a chance of releasing first half of 2025.
From how good the gameplay looked,
Yeah.
I would not be surprised.
It looked polished. It looked good.
Yeah. I could see it. I definitely could. I'm not gonna pinpoint it though and be like, yep, because you never know anymore with how game development is.
I mean, we're gonna for sure see it at the developer direct next year. That's like 100%. I mean,
oh yeah, for next year, 100%.
Yeah.
Large.
Yes. All right. Back to Christian. What's the next game? Or does anybody else want to talk about Doom at all? Does anybody? No.
No,
I
I've
think we
said
spent a
all.
lot of time on Doom.
All right.
Yeah,
but
we spent a lot of time.
real quick, the gun that grinds skulls and like shoots it out. That's so
That's
that's
wild.
creative as
That's
all
so
ever,
wild.
bro. That's amazing.
I actually, I even thought about mentioning that in the reaction, but I got sidetracked by the chainsaw shield.
Bro, every second there's something else to get like sidetracked on. Like there's so much. I love it. The cape is hard. All right,
Yes.
Christian, what's the next game, bro?
Agreed, dude. Bro pulls it off better than Kratos.
Bro, facts. What's the next game? Christian?
Well, not a game you two are super excited for, but Life is Strange, Double Exposure. Is
Alright.
Dude,
wild.
that was my favorite game at the showcase.
Don't lie to me.
Dude, I loved it. I know all the characters in that game.
Let me
Stop
yap.
the cap.
All right, let me yap. That's all I want. I just want to talk.
Bro, cook.
Anyways,
cook.
I love Life is Strange. Life is Strange is such a good series, and what's so crazy about this is that they're bringing the OG protagonist back from the first game, which obviously hasn't been done in this game's series so far. Which I was even telling John that like the original protagonist, her story was like concluded, and it was wild that we're coming back now to her in a different subset of her powers. It's so cool. I'm super excited. I'm liking the new graphics update. I do wish she looked a little bit more like Max. But alas, it happens. Yeah, honestly, I wanted to kind of bring this out here because it's going to be a short game that we can get out of the way and go to bigger games. So yeah, honestly, we're super excited for that. I loved True Colors. I didn't like Life is Strange 2, but I liked True Colors a lot. So anyways, Austin.
My
So
God.
John,
It's my
so-
Life is Strange pose.
So John stops dancing in front of the camera. I'm gonna
Dancing, I'm
give it to
posing,
you.
bro. There's a difference.
Poser.
Yeah. You're. Oh my God. Dang, man. There's no reason. All right. There's no reason to go at him like that. Especially this one game.
Well, hold
they
on,
had
wait.
no.
Hold on. I kind of want to say something about Life is Strange. I actually thought it looked really cool. Like,
Did you?
I low key might play it.
That's it. Just like I thought it was cool. All right.
No,
on to the
I'm
next
just,
game.
like I was literally asking Christian about it earlier. Like I wanted to like
He
know
was-
lore because I was like it actually looked
Bars.
pretty cool.
Bars.
Like and so
It looks cool. I don't know what's going on, but it looks
because
cool.
I really like the concept of like you're able to go to different reality to solve the murder before it happens. That's so
Hasn't
cool.
happened. Yeah, that didn't happen.
That's
That
so-
hasn't happened
Like,
yet.
I love that concept. So like I don't know.
Because
I might actually try it.
her original power is like time travel. Like she can travel between different points in
Yeah,
time.
that is so
but
rad.
I think it's evolved. I think it's evolved now from her original power when she was a teenager. Now to like she can just hop different timelines, which is
Oh
pretty
yeah.
cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty dope.
Good stuff.
Anyways,
All right, awesome. Now you can go.
No, I don't feel like going anymore.
All right, bet. So the next thing we're gonna talk about is Fragpunk.
What?
What?
Oh, that card shooter.
Fragpunk. Yeah, Fragpunk. I'm just joking. I'm waiting for Austin to say the next game. Like, come on now.
I was like, are you actually gonna go? 'Cause
No,
don't
I
mind.
know. I don't really. That one was one of the.
All right. Well, I am just gonna get it out there. I have to talk about this because I have been the most vocal about it recently. Not like this specific game, but another game that
Oh,
they're
I
making.
know. I see where it's going.
We're gonna talk about the better one that actually looks good. Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater. Dude, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. This is almost in my top 3 favorite things they showed. It is probably my 4th or 5th favorite that they showed. This thing, I remember I used to sit here and I tell John, I'm like, bro, what is it about stealth games? What is so cool about it? I have rewatched this trailer maybe about like 7 times. And I can't stop looking at it. I want, like, it is one of those games, like, the top 5 to me of my favorite trailers is like, I want it now. Like, I really want to get my hands on it. And dude, I don't know what it is, but just it looks so good. Like Metal Gear Solid Delta, like Snake, it just looks so good. I just can't get over it, and it's just every time I see it, I like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just because like I feel like they got the vibe perfect on this game. Like everything feels like it aligns. Like the whole idea of it being a remake, I feel like they got everything down. They kept it like super close to the source material of the original, but also modernized it without making it feel as if it's completely different. Unlike Silent Hill 2. But that's
Dude,
about
John,
it.
I was telling you about Silent Hill 2 and about the fact that, like, I think it was in one of the first episodes, I was like, this is scary because I don't think they can replicate what Silent Hill 2 was. Like, what made Silent Hill 2 Silent Hill 2.
Yeah.
And I think here we are.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it would have really helped if they, like, I think they stuck too much to the source material. I think they needed to try and modernize it a little bit.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say about Metal Gear. It legitimately looks like if this game came out in 2024.
Yeah.
Like, literally. And that was like my big argument in the video I uploaded on my channel about Silent Hill 2 is like, okay, yeah, I can compare it to like Resident Evil 2 remake, but that game came out in 2018 on the PS4. That is not the standard for 2024. I'm sorry, it's just not.
Bars.
Yeah. I just can't, man. I really like the way it looks, and dude,
I agree with you.
I know.
Did you see the actual cover art? Did you see the actual cover art?
Is it not literally just his face on it?
Oh,
And,
it
like,
is, but it's
Yeah.
much better than like what we've seen. Like,
Oiled
it's-
up.
look it
I
up,
think
like
I
his actual
have.
cover art.
Yeah,
It's hard.
I think I,
It's hard.
dude, I'm definitely getting it physically. Like, it's
Oh,
gotta
yeah,
be.
facts. Unless it goes
Like-
to Game Pass, that'd be crazy. Can you imagine that?
I don't see
Guess
it.
where it was.
At this rate, they might. Oh wait, no, that's. I was about to say SE2, bro. You need to go to Game Pass if you want some success at this rate. But it's a PlayStation. Sorry. I'm really upset, fellas. Like because I want to get into Silent Hill, and just knowing that this is not the best we're gonna get, I'm just really sad. I'm really upset. Because I can look at these two, and it just sucks because like I want Konami to come back and prove that they can make amazing games, and then you just look at these two remakes coming out, and it's night and day. It's like a professional versus like a noob at this rate is what it feels like. And I get it's just really upsetting because I really want to play Silent Hill 2 remake, and I just don't know if I am anymore. And it's kind of sad because I don't know, man. It really sucks, really bad. Plus, we've been on this like the horror genre has been, oh my gosh, it's been at its peak. Like it has been the best it's ever been. I don't know how you get any better, honestly. Like, but oh yeah, oh yeah, like that's nice. I love it.
I
Oh,
say
yeah,
it like that.
did you see the actual one?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's clean.
so good, dude. I'm just so ready. Like I want to try Metal Gear now. I want to see what's up. I want to see why so many people love it. I'm ready. I'm ready to hear Snake talk to me. I
body
could
is
listen.
ready.
I could listen to that man talk to me, and I'm satisfied. I don't need anything else.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I second pretty much everything Austin said. I'm honestly like, I'm so happy it was even at the show because it's such a good look on Xbox actually, for it to be there. And then yeah, of course, it looked awesome. Metal Gear is awesome. It's for me, it's easily in my top 30 most anticipated. It's not top 5 for me, I will say, but I absolutely see why. It is for Austin. Like it's a legacy title that is coming back that actually looks good, and it's very exciting. Like there hasn't been any red flags I've seen from the game so far. I do think it is really good. I'm very curious when the release date's gonna land. I think today there was a leak that it was gonna be November something, which that is a little like, I don't know. If Avowed and AC both launch in November, that's crazy because then November is gonna be ridiculous as well.
I'm not certain because we did see as well like it might have been delayed to early next year, which
I'd be super down for that personally.
I would honestly be more okay with that because it makes next year better, and also I feel like I think it happened last year too. We're gonna get a really packed like last fourth quarter. Like we're gonna have like a really stacked one. So hopefully we can cut it down just a little bit so we have, because October's enough, bro. Like, So, Christian,
I agree.
what do you
I really
think?
don't have much to say about it. To be honest with you,
Cool.
Kojima's working at his finest. To be honest with you,
That is
So.
not Kojima.
Without Kojima.
But I mean, I'm saying they're remaking Kojima's work at its
Oh, I
finest.
see. I see what you're saying. I see
He's-
what
Yeah,
No, I got
he's-
what you're saying.
Yeah, it's his work that is like timeless. It's
Yeah.
what made Kojima Kojima.
You know, and that's what I also can't believe is without Kojima himself, they look like I'm gonna be real with you, like you'd make me think that Kojima was actually working on it with them. I think they've done such a good job that like I would be convinced Kojima's in production working on that. Maybe there's not that craziness that you'd expect, but like I mean, dude, it just looks so faithful and so
Can I
true
give
to-
a hot take real quick?
Sure.
Sure.
I love Castlevania. So much respect to
course.
to Castlevania.
Of course.
But without Kojima, Konami Loki, they're like Kojima Loki kind of made Konami.
That is a very hot take, and I mean you could sit with that.
Metal Gear and Silent Hill are, in my opinion, the two biggest franchises that Konami has,
Yeah.
and those are both Kojima games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just the way I see it. Like without Kojima, I don't think Konami would like be.
Hey
who
man,
they are,
don't
but-
sleep on my boy Bomberman like that.
I would say don't
But
sleep on
Castlevania.
but
Well,
honestly,
no, I'm not
sleep
sleeping on
it.
Castlevania, but like, you know,
Sleep on it. I understand.
one
Konami does.
Yeah,
So like I can't get too mad.
right. Like, one game can make a studio for sure. Like, whatever studio made Castlevania, they would be elite right now. But like, Konami as a publisher without Kojima, I don't think would be what they're known for right now.
No, not at all.
But anyway, all right. I guess we'll move on to the next one then. Is it me? Oh, it's me, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, there's so much to choose from, bro. I'm gonna refrain from choosing Dragon Age just because we're gonna be getting gameplay tomorrow, and I'd rather just talk about it at a later date.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna talk about that. You know, let's talk about a game that we didn't necessarily get gameplay for, but we can get a good estimate, and that's State of Decay 3.
Of course.
Okay.
If you guys have been following me for a long time, and I know Christian knows this, State of Decay 2 for sure is like one of my favorite Xbox games to release. Like, in the last decade. I've just had so many incredible moments with State of Decay, and State of Decay 3 has been and continues to be still one of my most anticipated games from Xbox and just in general. And while I do wish we got a little more out of this trailer, the fact that we didn't get a release date kind of saves that. If this game got a 2025 release date and this is all we saw, I would probably be like, that's really weird why they didn't show more. But the fact that we still don't have a release date, but we've seen the game, we see how pretty it looks, and they are teasing what the gameplay pretty much looks like with that over-the-shoulder camera angle. I do it still is very exciting. However, I don't think what they showed solidifies this as like one of the most exciting games that they have right now. However, for me, biasly, I am super excited for it just because I know what State of Decay 2 is. I know what State of Decay is, and just judging on how beautiful it is, I can kind of make a really good guess of what this game is going to end up being, and so it is really exciting. But I do think out of all the first-party games, I think when it comes down to the content that they showed during the event, the trailer itself, I do think it was one of the weaker ones, and even then, it was an awesome trailer. That's how good this event was. Even though it was one of the weaker ones, it was still awesome. So, yeah, but I'm very curious to see where, like, Christian lands on this because me and him have so much State of Decay history. And then I'm curious where you're at with it on it, Austin.
Christian, if you want to go, you can. I kind of went, I think last time he went, I went, like, right
go ahead,
after.
Christian. What do you think, bro?
You know.
Huh?
How do you feel about it, Christian? You know,
I'm very excited. I mean, genuinely, I can't stress this enough. I called it as soon as it soon as it dropped. I was like, definitely that is definitely State of Decay.
How, by the way, like
The
is the
backpack.
dinosaur
The backpack.
like is the dinosaur like I was like is the
Dinosaur has
like,
no
part of
correlation
it?
whatsoever. I'm
Bro,
on
I
it
was-
right now.
It was
I just
honestly
saw it.
just luck. I like saw it and I got the vibe. I'm like, that's State of Decay 3 right there. And
As soon as I saw the weapons, I knew it.
yeah, I was like, this is State of Decay 3. And now, I mean, dude, so excited for this game. Mostly because it's another one of those games where I think it's gonna be endless playability. Probably. I hope what they do. What I want to see from the game is bigger maps. The maps were pretty big to begin with, but I want bigger.
Well, what would you think if it's just one massive map?
I could be okay with that.
It
I
just
could
has to
be
be
okay
good.
with that. I could live with that. Yeah, I could live with that because obviously a bunch of games that we have in play are just one map or something like that. You know.
Because I know like
Like-
part of like the rumors right now of like how this game's actually gonna operate is like it's gonna be like an always like connected world. So like, because in State of Decay 2, you can only join your friend's world and progress in that world if they're online. Whereas you
Yeah.
can like join their whatever you call it, faction, whatever. And in State of Decay 3, you can just once you join the faction, you can just go in their world and just play on your own. And like, so it's like an always like you're always in your community at all times, which I think that is pretty cool. So I do think doing the one massive world would help with that. But I do get where you're coming from. It's like having those multiple maps is very fun and exciting.
Yeah, because it supports different play types. It's like if completely off topic, well not off topic, but a completely random thing. It's like Stardew. Stardew has a bunch of starting maps. Like you can start on a different map or start on a different farm. I guess is the best way to put it. But they support different play styles, and I think that's why I like State of Decay 2's map system so much. Is because, I mean, yeah, they were smaller relatively, but the content they had in them was unique to them at moments. So,
Yeah.
I mean, but if it's one connected map, dog, it's one connected map. I ain't gonna get too mad. It's gonna be it better be a
I do
massive
think-
map with multiple sections, like
Well,
Elden
yeah.
Ring map. You know?
Yeah, I was literally about to say, but they could do it where like it's just so big where like when you start the game, you could choose. Yeah, I'll start in this biome, and so I'll have to explore everything else, and so I could see it like that, but
Yeah.
I have to say like the visuals did really look good. Like I'm not gonna lie, like it did look visually very stunning, which is super exciting to me because one of my favorite parts about State of Decay 2 is how not scary the game is, how stressful it is. Because if your character dies, they die. Like, game over. That's it. If you can get that horror aspect dialed in, and visuals help with that, we've seen that with all these awesome remakes outside of Silent Hill 2. You can make this probably one of the most stressful games, period. Because every time, like Dying Light is a great example. When it's nighttime, it is petrifying in Dying Light because it gets so much harder, and you're like actually kind of worried about dying. If that is kind of how State of Decay pulls it off, with its super realistic combat, with its awesome visuals, that could be such an awesome just like feeling that no other game can really provide. So I do think that is very, very exciting.
Agreed. I think I don't know. I think it'll be fun. I'm thinking it's gonna be just as much of a good time as it was last time. You know, and I definitely will sink hours and hours into it.
Yep.
If it's good, and even then, if it's not like groundbreaking, if it's
Like
if it's
Fable,
even just a little bit better, yeah, if it's just a little bit better than State of Decay 2,
Yeah.
it's one. It's one in my books.
Yeah, I don't think State of Decay 3 necessarily is a game where, like, you have to, evolutionize gaming, like, or, like, it has to,
Revolutionize.
transcend beyond what you even thought State of Decay was possible. It just has to be an improved version. Like,
Yeah.
that's really all it has to be, and I'm down.
Bars.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm not muted. I thought this whole time I was muted. I'm
I was gonna
having
say
a-
I've heard like dogs galore, but
Yeah, I'm like trying to figure out
haven't
what's
heard
going
him.
on. I'm hearing like oh,
I'm hearing
okay.
like death.
I gotta go figure this out in a minute. But State of Decay 3, I don't remember playing State of Decay 2, honestly. I do remember things that happened,
You
but I
did.
don't remember at all like the core elements of it. Which I kind of like though, because I really am excited for State of Decay 3. Mostly I know this is gonna be just how it is, but I just love me some zombies. I don't know what it is about zombies. I don't understand the idea behind it, but I love it.
In the words of
And
Christian
in
Bars.
video games,
Bars.
it hits different. And I want to see their spin on it with a bigger budget, bigger team. I want to see how it plays out.
Apparently,
And
the coalition is either helping with visuals or gameplay. One of the two. I forget which one they said they're helping out with, but it's pretty cool.
yeah. Yes. But I'm excited. All right. I would say more, but I don't really have much else to say just because I don't remember much, and I gotta go figure out what these
You're
dogs
good.
are doing, bro.
It's Christian's turn to pick anyway. So Christian, let it loose.
I'm thinking Sonic X Shadow Generations is the next game.
Oh,
on the
dude, let me tell you, what dog water?
list.
No, it actually looks pretty cool. But all right, what's the actual next game we got?
Honestly,
There's still so many options.
there really is. Fable.
Okay. All right, bet.
Gotta talk about Fable.
Go ahead, bro. I'll let you cook.
Fable is, so freaking good. It looks so good. Oh my god, I don't even know where I would want to start.
I know. I know.
Um, s- it's already with this trailer that shows semi gameplay. Semi? Not really.
Oh, I
a
didn't know
lot,
it
but
is. It
semi.
is like
Is it full
it's not
gameplay?
like.
Combat or anything.
Oh no, they showed what it will look like, not how it'll play. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't like combat in the way of
Like they didn't show health
Um,
bars, they didn't show like HUD, they didn't show any of that, but they showed like what it will look like when you were actually playing. You know.
yes. Dude, it looks so good. I mean, it is like kind of, I mean, not matching. Um, I mean, it's kind of, I think, set the standard for me of like how good a game is going to look. Because Hellblade looks good.
Oh yeah.
Hellblade looks fantastic.
Oh yeah.
This looks,
I
Dare I
might
say better?
Yeah, I was about to say.
dare I say
dude,
better?
I ain't gonna
Dare I say
lie.
better?
You
Dude,
might be on
looks it looks so good. I mean, and I'm so glad we're getting some like graphically like detailed games now. Like finally, kind of like getting this train rolling because like
Outlaws was that way too. So much
that's what
detail.
I was actually just about to bring that up. I'm like, oh my god, looking at this, it looks so good, and that's how I feel with Fable. I look at this, I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah.
like I could, oh my god, and the main character already is like hilarious. It's
Yes.
like how the guy was in the old retired hero or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already loving the vibe of this. I guess Fable 4. I guess.
Yeah,
what
yeah,
it
yeah. It's
will
4.
be?
It's 4. It's like a
Yeah.
reboot. It's a reboot, but it's 4.
It's God of War.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god.
But,
That's literally
yeah,
what
I
it is.
mean,
Holy crap.
dude, it looks so good. I mean, honestly, it looks like what I wish Witcher 3 did, if that makes sense. Like it looks
Yeah.
like it has the combat. It looks like it's gonna have the depth and like the dark grittiness alongside the characters and the graphics. And I'm probably, from what I know of the old Fable games, the combat, um, to definitely make me feel like not make me feel bad for not liking The Witcher 3 as much as I should, because I love fantasy, I love combat. Witcher 3 does that, but it's so janky. I remember Fable 1 not being that way at all, not janky like that, not janky. I guess the best way to put it is cluttered. And I'm so excited. I don't know. I really want to return to this world, and I really want to just see what's changed. Curious to see what's going on.
Bro, I'm telling you, Playground might go down as one of the GOAT studios. If Fable lands and it is how good we think it looks, they went from delivering dang near 4 to 5 near perfect racing games to a phenomenal RPG, and has set the standard every single time.
Yeah, they made Forza, didn't they?
Yeah, they're Forza Horizon.
Bro, respect.
I know.
Yeah.
Like the idea. In all honesty, I think that was actually some like I wish we could flash back to something we had said. Like I wish we were recording this podcast for a lot longer, but I wish we could like edit back to the to whenever Forza Horizon 6 was coming out.
5.
For 5.
5.
When Forza Horizon 5 was coming out, and I think we joked about like imagine an actual like first person game, or, like,
yeah,
a
like an
third-person
actual game,
with these
yeah.
graphics, because we were talking about how good the cars looked and everything.
Yeah.
Um,
That's
You
such a good
know,
point.
into slightly doggone Black Ops 6, which no fault of its own, it's just got big gigabyte size. I would definitely understand Fable being 300 gigabytes. You know,
Yeah.
looking at
Yeah.
that game,
No, that's a fact.
I'm like, I
No.
respect that. It could be that big, and I wouldn't be too mad.
Yeah.
No
I'd be like,
game
I-
should be 300 gigabytes, bro.
I'll delete my entire catalog just to play Fable. I'll do it right now. Don't play with me. Don't play with
I
me.
agree.
Yeah, I know. I'm just so excited to see what they do with like the comedic, not even undertones, just comedic aspects of this game. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you pretty much nailed on the head. I pretty much echo everything you're saying. I'm really not even gonna say much because you pretty much nailed it for me. Every time we've seen the game, I've gotten more and more hype. It is now in my top 10 most anticipated games. Actually, to me, like, because they didn't, like I said, like you explained and I explained, they didn't show you how the gameplay will play, but they showed you what the gameplay will look like. There's no HUD, there's no health bar, like they're not telling you like what buttons you got to do, progression. But what you see is what you are going to be playing. And to me, it reminds me heavy of like a Plague Tale, low key. Like
It
just,
does look like
just
Plague
the,
Tale.
the camera angle, the way she like threw like a rock. There's like a scene in the trailer where she like throws like a rock with a slingshot. I was like, dude, that's like so a Plague Tale. And the thing is, I love a Plague Tale's gameplay. I know Fable's gonna be way more gameplay than a Plague Tale. Like, I mean, it's an action RPG. It's not like a horror walking game. You know, so that's gonna be so awesome to get that fidelity of gameplay with something that should be like low-key kind of like God of War type stuff. So it's gonna be crazy to see what that is. But yeah, you pretty much nailed it.
You guys talking about Fable?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll throw my 2 cents in there. I have no idea what Fable. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be 100% with both of you. I didn't even know what Fable was until it literally was announced, bro.
What?
Or like maybe not announced.
I didn't even talk
What?
to you when it was announced.
Yeah, I didn't really know what Fable was, bro. I was like, what is that?
It's Fable.
So it's interesting because I think I'm just gonna go into that game like 100% blind. Like I just want like a full on just like demonstration of just everything, you know? And that's what I kind of like about some of these games though, or franchises I haven't been into. I like it because I feel like I'm gonna be able to just try something completely new that I have no idea about. But I am interested in it, so I'm like, okay, let's go. Like I'm ready to try this out. So I don't have much to say because I don't know how the other Fables play and all that, and so. But it looks good. I want to see more gameplay personally. Just me personally, I want to see more like definitive like gameplay, and there's like combat in it, right?
Yeah.
Fable? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fable.
I feel like they haven't
It's-
shown a lot of it throughout these
Um,
trailers yet.
Because I go with the first trailer. Because it's not. I just don't think it's ready. I don't think it's near that yet. I don't think it's. there
Yeah.
yet.
Did it
Well,
get a
To be
release
honest,
window?
I think Fable. So like every year now, outside 2022, because that year was literally nothing for Xbox. Every year they've had their flagship game. It was Halo Infinite 2021. Then in 2023 it was Starfield. This year it's Black Ops 6. Next year I think it's Fable, and I think they are showing Fable to get that flagship ramp up. That's my theory behind all this.
Period.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yep. Like, I wouldn't be surprised because, again, 2 years back to back, Starfield Direct after the showcase last year, Black Ops 6 Direct after the showcase this year. I think next year we have a Fable Direct, afterwards. Yep. Because, I mean, well, I feel like they need to do a Direct on Fable because knowing what Fable is, it's going to be massive. Like, the RPG elements and everything is just going to be huge bomb, like, so deep beyond belief. So, I think they need to spend 30 minutes just explaining what the heck this game is going to be. But yeah. All right, Austin, your turn.
Oh boy.
There's still so much.
Yeah.
I hate to be this way, but we probably should like wrap this up.
Oh yeah,
soon.
no, I
So
might agree with you.
need to-
All right.
We might have to do a
Part
part two.
two.
Yes, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'll end up starting
We'll
off. Then.
we'll go down the line one more time. So Austin will do one, and then I'll do one, and then we'll call it.
Oh, okay. What do I want to choose between these two? Do I choose my second or my number one?
Do your second. We can leave the number one till for next time.
Perfect Dark.
Baller.
Bro, once again, it's a shooter that looks like it has so much soul to it. And I love it. Dude, it looks so interesting. It's sci-fi shoot. Dude, I don't know what it is about that game. That one just screams it was so interesting just from the get-go. From the very beginning, it had me hooked. Like, literally.
Yeah.
Like, especially when they went to the gameplay portion, I was like, I'm sold. I'm literally like, I had never been more locked in. I want to rewatch, like, our reactions because, like, I feel like I legitimately just didn't say anything. I was so invested in just how it looked.
Well, I was saying so much.
And- Yeah, I know. But I also think what did it for me is you were like, yo, they kind of got, like, Dying Light 2 parkour, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, he's kind of right, yeah. Like, I love Dying Light 2 parkour, and, like, if this, like, is just anywhere, like, somewhat kind of have inspiration or so, it doesn't have to completely, but it just looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of elements I'm seeing in it that I really like. There's a lot of, it's just a lot of things I really like that I'm seeing, and I don't know, man. It's so weird because I wouldn't expect a game like this to really wow me or like be one of my favorites, but my goodness, it looked phenomenal in my opinion.
This was your second favorite trailer of the show?
I think personally it was my second favorite.
Okay.
It's the one that
Same here.
I think so. There's a lot that I really like, but I don't know what it is about Perfect Dark. I have no idea why I like it more than Delta and like it's weird, but I know how it is, bro. I know what I like.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, this was for. I mean, everybody know I've been talking about this game for so long. I mean, I just can't believe it. It's here. I mean, and it's not here. It's still a ways away. But like, it's a dream come true, man. I can't believe it was even at the showcase, and I can't believe even more that it looked that good. And I also can't believe people believe that this game was going through development crap. Yeah, I saw a tweet, and I told Austin this tweet is one of the best quotes I've ever seen. They said, Perfect Dark is in development trouble? No. Perfect Dark is trouble. Like, and that is that is the biggest fact I've ever heard ever. The game just genuinely looks awesome. From the meaty pistol to the awesome parkour, like Austin said, to the awesome visuals, to the espionage vibe that you get, to some of the cinematic cutting, to the melee combat, even the like takedowns and stuff, to the slow-mo shot. Everything is just screaming modern day Perfect Dark, and I absolutely love it. It's everything I wanted. It is currently my fourth most anticipated game as of right now.
Heck yeah.
It genuinely looks so awesome. And right there and there, I don't know if I've ever been able to say I have 2 Xbox games in my top 5 most anticipated games as of right now.
I
That's
like
awesome.
that.
That's awesome.
That's nice. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad to see that you think the same. I don't. Has Christian said anything yet? I don't think he has.
He
Right?
hasn't talked about Perfect Art now.
Yeah.
To be TBH, I'm not like I can't say I really have a lot to say because I've not really I don't want to say I'm not interested. It's just that I don't really have much to expect because I never played any of the original Perfect Darks. So like I'm not or the original Perfect Dark. There's two, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've never played either of those. That's just never been a game that I even thought about.
A lot of
doing.
people have it. Don't worry about it.
So like I'm excited though to try it out. Especially the remake, you know. I think it's gonna be.
It's not a remake. It is
Gotta be an
just. It
experience.
is. It is like a. It's like Doom. It's like it's just
Okay.
coming back better than ever. Like completely revitalized.
Okay.
Like yeah.
All right.
Yep.
I can get behind this. Then yeah, I'll definitely want to try it out then.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely. I want it now, but unfortunately,
I'm
it's
gonna.
just, yeah.
I'm gonna just do a little quick, and just remind everybody. All these games we've talked, almost all these games we've talked about, you could just play on Game Pass day one.
Yeah, dude. Pretty dope.
Ridiculous. Absolutely.
It's pretty
ridiculous.
dope.
Oh man. All right, I'm gonna choose the last game we talk about this part, which is crazy because there's still a lot we can talk about. And there you go. I guess in part 2 we can talk about Dragon Age, so that'll be cool.
Oh yeah.
See, I actually did want to choose this one, but I know this is Austin's number 1, so I'm gonna save it for him. I'll let him pick it.
Let's go.
Because I'm that guy, you know. Yeah, and we know
You gotta let me
we know
choose the guy who's my goat, a goat voice actor who I love him. Like,
so I'm gonna choose the one that is super near
is
and dear.
Christian's favorite.
Yeah, it's Christian's. No, I'm gonna choose the one that is very near and dear to my heart.
Oh yeah.
Gears of War E-Day. I mean, oh, dude, I'm just so happy that people are excited for Gears again, low key. And I don't see why you can't. Like, if you're a Gears fan and you see this trailer, like, it's just pure happiness, low key. Because, number one, it looked awesome. It was an in-engine trailer, too, which is, I mean, I expect nothing less from the Coalition, to be honest. But obviously, the storyline and the direction they're going is just awesome. It is just awesome. I personally was really expecting Gear 6, but I am low-key happy they went this direction. Number one, I do like the new characters as well. I like Kate. I like all that. But you can't beat Marcus and Dom. They just have one of the best brothers to the end, ride or die storylines in all of gaming. And to get a prequel on that is awesome. And also to just to see Gears end an Xbox show to be a huge highlight for so many people is so awesome. It really is like it's not one of those trailers because I'll be honest, right now I think it's number it's number 11 for me on my like top 30, and it's not even the trailer itself it's not the most hype trailer. It's not the most exciting trailer. It doesn't give you the most amount of information. In Loki, it's kind of like a brutal trailer in some ways, but like it is one of the most feel-good trailers like out of the whole showcase. If you are a Gears fan, in my opinion. If you're not a Gears fan, like I know Austin knows nothing about it. So like to him,
no,
he does not understand any of the nostalgia or like any of the references whatsoever. But if you are a Gears fan, it is like it is a straight up fan service trailer and announcement, and it was just awesome. Yeah.
You know what I realized that I love about Xbox right now is there is a lot of old IP that they are bringing back.
There's
which I think
old
is-
IP, new IP, and like indie and second party stuff.
Yeah,
They got it all.
and it's so awesome to see because, like I said, I do want to get into a lot of this stuff, and it's like Gears is another one that like I hear so much about. I just
I'm gonna
feel like
say,
what sucks-
I personally think Gears is Xbox's best franchise. Unacquired franchise. Unacquired franchise.
unacquired.
Unacquired.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like Gears is like an Xbox franchise. Like, don't get it twisted.
I mean, I don't really think there's much debate. I mean, the only ones I could see is maybe Halo.
Halo's had a really rough.
I'm gonna say,
history.
Yeah, but
if I look at quality though, like Gears.
I don't know.
Gears is
I thought I
super-
heard Gears the trilogy was good, but then 4 and 5 were questionable.
Five was good. Don't
fi-
get it twisted.
4 is actually
I don't know.
my favorite, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then 5 is good. The problem is, let's
It's
say
not a
Sonic from now on, every game has Tails as the main character.
yeah.
it's
It is just the main character. It just
Yeah,
the
but-
main character shifts.
Yeah, but there's no way this other character can be. There's a huge difference. Tails
No,
would be a very
well,
boring
here-
protagonist, bro.
here's the thing though. This is one of those things where people are so
I feel like-
loyal to like the
I
characters.
feel like a better
that they've-
example
Mhm.
would be switching Kratos and Atreus.
I was just about to make that example. I was just about to make that example. Like to
Yeah.
a lot of people, Gears of War is not Gears of War without Marcus Phoenix. But
Yeah.
then to others, Gears of War is about the world and the like story being told. And so for people who aren't just upset that Marcus Phoenix isn't the main focus anymore, they don't really vibe with 4 and 5. But for the people that can get past that, 4 and 5 are still really good games. It's just
Yeah.
those first 3 are so monumental that it's like it's really hard to even compare 4 and 5.
I see. Yeah. Okay. I'm glad I got the knowledge on that.
Yeah. Like I mean, you could literally like look at like reviews for all the games. Like they're all
Yeah.
really high. It's just when it comes down to like fans and like fanboys and everything, some complain about 4 and 5 because it went a different direction.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
that's why everybody's so excited about this is because we're going back to what people want, but with the modern technology of Gears 5 and stuff like that. And they even did confirm, like I don't know if it was a blog post or interview or something, that they plan on finishing Kate's trilogy. It's just they felt this was the right opportunity to go this route, and which is why I think it was a really smart decision.
Yeah. That's yeah. God.
Little fun fact: the music that they played in the trailer was Mad World. Which do you guys know that song? You guys know that
I
song,
do.
right? Yeah.
What song?
Mad World. All around me, they're familiar faces.
Really? That
Yeah.
was in the trailer?
Yep, there was a remixed version. Watch the trailer with headphones. You can hear it. It's a remixed version of Mad World. And fun fact, the very first announcement trailer of the very first Gears of War trailer had Mad World in it.
Wild.
So I'm telling you, this is like literally a treat for Gears of War fans because it's like it was low-key worth waiting, and it's like they low-key listen and like they're giving Gears of War fan a game to feel happy about being a Gears of War fan. And which is why it's so just a feel-good trailer, because like I have zero doubt the game is gonna be anything short of awesome. Like I would be stunned if it's not. So yeah, it just really is exciting. But yeah, Christian, did you have anything to say on Gears?
I'm excited to see the beginning
Yes.
because we started when Marcus was in the trenches, like, already with them all. Yeah,
I love when
This
you
is-
say that all the time.
this
I know,
It never
I know.
gets old. Like, I don't know. It's just the way you say it, because you're always talking normal, and then you like
In the
Brawl's down.
trenches.
Brawl's there in the
like
trench.
we seen him when he's at his worst, in the trenches.
Yeah, I was in the trenches. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna be super excited because like, it's like almost the same reason why I'm super excited for doing Dark Ages is
Yeah.
because it's showing us a side of a character that we already know and love that we've
Yeah.
never got to see before,
Yes.
and so I mean,
Yeah.
that's all I really have to say.
Yeah, that's like that's another thing everyone's talking about is like in this trailer, Marcus is getting messed up. Like
Bro's
he's getting messed
snot
up,
beat out of
and
him.
there's moments he genuinely looks terrified, which is just not Marcus.
Because he's young, man.
Right, like he doesn't know everything that we know he's been through, and it's just like, oh, and then you see Dom help him, and it's like, oh my god, bro, I'm getting. Oh no, bro, I need to stop. Oh no,
The chills.
bro, literally, I literally just got chills. Like
Dude,
I'm not gonna
Austin,
lie.
I'm good.
I'm not gonna lie. If they would have showed, like, maybe a little snippet of gameplay or just like something else, the game would be much higher on my most anticipated list. But like, I have to go off the trailer that we got, and so like right now it's where it's at. But like.
Well, you
In
know
terms-
for a fact.
In terms of like potential excitement, this one is top 3. But like off of the actual trailer we got, it's where it's at. What did you say?
Agreed.
You know for a fact what?
I know you. Well, you said it gameplay something, and I was like, you know for a fact why we didn't get gameplay.
Oh yeah. Well, I was telling Austin earlier. I think Gear 6 is going to be a launch title for the next console, whatever.
Yeah.
it is.
That's what. Yeah, that's what you said earlier too. And I'm like, I completely agree with that.
Yeah. I mean,
That makes perfect sense.
at this point, seeing all the hype around it, it would be a huge selling point.
Exactly.
It'll do what Halo Infinite failed to, especially since it got delayed a year. It's supposed
Oh,
to be that
can't,
launch
I
title
still
that's
can't.
like, this is why I love Xbox. Like,
Yeah, and sadly, Halo Infinite wasn't even all that either.
it was a great game, but yeah, it definitely did not, even just this trailer I felt like gave that feeling more. So yeah. Austin, do you have anything to say?
It's hard, man, because I really don't know anything. But I feel like that's the beauty of it, though, because I'm glad it's a prequel, though, because
Yeah.
I don't know anything. So, like,
Bro would be so lost.
Yeah.
It's like,
Um,
see,
you know what'd be really cool?
you have a very interesting scenario because the question is, do you play the prequel and then 1, 2, and 3, or do you play 1, 2, and 3 and then the prequel?
You know what would be
Bro's
the
gonna wait
dream?
for the Marcus Phoenix collection.
No, if that would be the greatest thing ever. Put out the but it'd be too long though. It'd be like, oh, you're waiting
Bro's
like
scared of long things.
Yeah. Whoa.
what?
What?
Scared of what?
Is it long things? I made the same joke earlier.
Oh, I probably was just trying to ignore it because I don't want to make it obvious. I
He
I don't-
is.
I don't know, man. I just don't have a lot to say because it's like, I mean, it looks, the cinematic trailer was super emotional and it really tried to hit Gears fans hard, and I watched people
Well,
react.
I
to
got
it.
you. I was watching it.
I literally watched people
I'm
react
a
to
Gears
it that
fan,
are
but-
Gears fans, and it hit them. I saw a girl literally cry.
Oh, yeah.
She was like,
Oh yeah.
John was about to
Like-
cry.
I was.
Dog, I saw it in your
L.
face. Like,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I just
was
don't
about
have a
to
lot to
say.
say, but from the trailer that I've seen, it definitely looks like they're aiming for your guys' hearts. They're really about to. I think they really want to give you the best experience that Gears is gonna give, and I think they want to tell a story from the beginning that's really gonna make everything else feel so much more impactful because of why everything happened, and everything else is gonna feel so much better. And
I wonder if it's like
Oh,
a
man.
setup, like how Nintendo did with the releasing of Skyward Sword remastered, like in
Maybe.
preparation for Tears of the Kingdom.
Maybe.
I wonder if it's like a setup, like, oh, you're gonna need this information later on down the road, so like might as well give you it now
Well,
in
that's-
the form of a video game.
Yeah, that's why I brought up is like for Austin or even you, Christian. Like, do you play 1, 2, and 3 first and then E Day, or E Day and then 1, 2, 3? Because if you play 1, 2, and 3 first, the references and the fan service is probably going to be awesome. But then at the same time, you're gonna play E Day and then be like, oh my god, I want to know what happens next. And then when you play 1, 2, and 3, which are awesome games, you're gonna be like, yo, this is just such a great story. So it's like, it's such an interesting, like, because for me, I've played it, I know the story and everything. So like for me, it's gonna be fan service 100%. It's gonna be awesome. So it's very interesting for people who haven't played it. What's the play there, you know?
mm-hmm.
But
I don't know.
yeah, man.
I'll have to decide when it comes out. You know, or
Low-key,
whenever
though,
I get closer to the date.
Austin kind of hit a good point, and he probably doesn't even know. This one looks like they're aiming for our hearts, which, believe it or not, Gears of War 1 through 3, and I guess this is also a reason why some people don't think 4 and 5 are that great. Gears 1 through 3 are, believe it or not, low-key partially horror games. And are very story-heavy. Whereas 4 and 5 took a much more action approach.
Yeah, which I liked. I liked.
Yeah.
I liked 5's action approach to it. 5 is the only one I played. I will be honest. So.
Yeah.
But I really liked 5.
Yeah,
I played it because of Lord
again,
Bailey.
yeah, and then it just goes back to the people who were so attached to 1, 2, and 3 are basically like, they just want that back instead of like enjoying the high quality that 4, 5 are as action games and stuff like that. So, yeah, it just goes back to all that. But yeah, man, Gears of War E-Day, what an awesome surprise! Which I will say, like, that was low-key one of the biggest surprises of the show, and which is crazy because we knew Gears was going to be there, but the rumors were Gears of War Collection or Gears of War 6. It was neither of the above. It was Gears, but it still surprised us, and which is what I absolutely loved about it.
Xbox goated.
Xbox do be goated right now. But yeah, all right. Well, we're gonna hopefully do a part 2 later on in the week. We're gonna be able to talk about Dragon Age and hopefully a lot more. I know Visions of Mana is getting a trailer on Wednesday, so maybe we'll talk about that. But Yeah, we
Yeah,
still got we
hey,
still got a
moving-
couple games in the showcase to talk about. We haven't talked about South of Midnight. We haven't talked about Call of Duty, bro. We haven't. Oh man, there's still
We
so
haven't
much.
talked about mixtape.
Yeah,
we haven't talked
mixtape.
about a lot of these games.
Indiana Jones, Shattered Space. Yeah, we
Fantastic
got a
Orb.
lot. We got a lot, man. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, definitely leave a like. Flintlock, we got to talk about. Thank you. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely leave a like, the comment section number provided, and please subscribe. I will see you all in the next one. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna have tons of content coming out. I'm just gonna be. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to choose what to cover first. It's gonna be.
You already know what it is, bro. It's gotta
Bro,
be your most anticipated.
Bro, the gears in my head are going to war right now.
Diving.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That.
End the podcast.
Alright.
What
Alright,
in
sign
the?
up for this.
All right.
But also,
buddy.
you're
that
right,
was worse
Austin.
than any Christian's D's nuts joke.
You're. He just called you out like that, Christian.
I did.
I called
what
you
are you
out.
Gonna, what are you gonna do about it?
Wow. Okay. You know what?
Wow.
By the way, you're right, Austin. It probably is going to be my most anticipated. But.
Your mama.
All right. Anyway. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Johnny, we're out. Peace.
Peace.
Yep.